time. Oh, yeah.
Oh, just this time? What about the other times you've said no, or any other negative response and you've still done it?
But aren't you glad didn't go through with it?
Yes, honestly, yes, but
There you go. Well, there you go.
I mean, yeah, but I could be honest. You could be honest and just say, yeah, I'll do it every single time.
Hmm. I don't
Okay.
know.
Is it started?
Yeah.
Okay. How long ago was it actually started so I know how long we need to time it?
Just give it a moment, just in case.
Okay. It's just gonna be us gibbering about random shit for the first few moments of this video.
So, like usual.
Yeah. Yeah. Me just basically saying random shit. Okay. Hopefully that's enough time. When last we saw the Onyx Circle, they had just joined up with the rest of their allies to help escort, escort an envoy. That's why I fucked it up. Escort an envoy from Bator from Celestia to Latest. The mission did not go as planned. When during the second watch, Daemissaries heard some screams coming from the woods. After trying to wake everyone up, they found that Celestia guards and some of the party could not wake, and were in some deep unnatural slumber. The screams continued, and the party tracked the location to find the creature, later identified as a mind flare, apparently attacking the envoy's cart attendants. After a rough fight, the party had realized their mistake and tried to negotiate an end to the fight. Displeased with having its meal interrupted, the entity agreed to stop upon, finishing his meal, let's say. And with a loud crunch and a deafening sucking noise, the party watched as the mind flare grabbed Naturia with its tentacles and proceeded to eat her brain, resulting in her demise. The fight had ended, and those under the effect of a sleep spell had woken up, including the rest of the party and the Celestia guards. The party walking back to camp. Carrying their now deceased friend, had found aid in the Celestia guards, who assisted the party in reviving the now dead Nat. After some time, she had been brought back, and the party continued on their mission to Latest. There they went to report to Captain Welton, who had reprimanded the Onyx Circle for taking actions against the envoy, which resulted in them losing their payment for that mission and the job to clear out the crocodiles from around Lake Isle. A bit dismayed at the events that had just transpired, and at their mistake, the party retreated to the Squawking Box in preparations for the Thar, which in Elven means the Falls Fall, a yearly climate event that happens during the fall where icy cold and deadly rain blows through the Latest area. Going outside in such climate can quickly result in a person's death, so the party resigned themselves to taking the week to get things they needed done and try to entertain themselves whilst being stuck inside the Squawking Box. For most of the week, the party keeps to themselves, many dealing with the recent death of a party member, and the stress of what they went through the last week. Daemissaries disappears after the first night before the Thar started, and he has not been seen or heard from throughout the entire week. Many of the Onyx Circle seek Sin's assistance during the week to help prep for the future by getting him to enchant their items. On the first day, the party immediately saw that the fighting stage in the tavern had been removed, and that they were told that it would be replaced for a fighting competition coming up a week after the weather had passed. Nat spoke with the rest of the members of the Onyx Circle that morning over the earrings to tell them that they needed to make sure that their mistake does not happen again, and that they need to work towards the future in improving how the Onyx Circle handles certain situations. Later that night, some members decided to play cards and do a little betting before heading to bed. The rest of the week went on, with most people keeping to themselves, studying, training, practicing, maintaining their gear, and for some getting new pieces of gear and upgrades. Some took to entertainment of the third floor, and others entertained themselves. The week has come to an end, and you are slowly getting towards the near of the Thar. We continue there where the party is waiting, hoping that the weather clears up, so that they may make quick visits around town, and hoping that the weather stops soon, so that they may continue their work. You guys had just finished the last night doing whatever you were all doing, and you guys went to your guys' room, and you all fell asleep. You all immediately hear something in the deep recesses of your brain. A very familiar voice as you guys are all deep asleep. Okay, everyone wake up. Meet me downstairs. I got something. Meet me downstairs.
What?
You recognize it as Damasarius' voice.
Howard just kind of wakes up like, what the fuck?
Huh?
Are you naked again?
I hope not. That says.
So you
Howard
hear
just
Sin moan. Like,
Cletus gets up and rushes downstairs.
do you get dressed first?
I was already wearing my clothes.
Okay, you sleep in your clothes. Got it. Okay. Sin gets up and begrudgingly throws on his robe. He doesn't even get fully put together. He just throws on his robe.
Conrad just gets dressed like normally, and then he heads down.
Okay. Nat, what are you doing?
Rolling off the bed and plops on the floor.
No. Corin, I suppose you're getting up as well?
Yep.
Okay. You guys all get dressed, and within a few moments, you guys make your way downstairs. There we go. And while you guys are heading downstairs, you see Daylock coming out of the Platinum Band's room. He's wiping away the sleep, and he has this simple kind of tanned robe, kind of pajama robes, and he's just kind of bundled up with them, has a blanket kind of wrapped around him. It's pretty chilly even in the squawking box. It stays comfortable, but this early in the morning it's relatively chilly. So he's a little bundled up, and he just kind of does a half-hearted wave towards all of you as you guys make your way downstairs.
Hi, Daylock.
The first thing you all immediately notice, throughout this week, the entire staging area over here had been emptied. What you see standing before you this morning is a brand new stone fighting stage.
Ooh, special.
How in Paler's name did they get that in there?
You hear Felton chuckle from at the bar.
Are you really surprised? That says.
I mean, a little thing's huge, Conrad says.
Exactly. It's huge. Awesome. Can't wait to fight in it.
Yeah.
Is anyone else surprised how that got in here when it's deadly to go outside?
No.
Okay, Conrad. I'll tell you a secret. Whenever I don't understand something, magic.
Yeah.
And you're
Conrad
fine.
just waves him off and just dead to the bar.
Felton laughs and points at you, Corin. He's like, "You're not far off."
Yeah.
And then moments later, you see Lady Cat coming out of the back room. She sees you guys all standing there. She immediately turns around, and within moments, you start hearing the clattering of the kitchen. So what do you guys do?
Conrad's sitting at the bar.
Looking for. Where's Damasarius?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You do not see him.
Nat goes to the earring and says, Damasarius, where are you at?
Circuit.
What's he doing? Oh, jeez. Okay, I'm kind of worried about that.
Yes, Sin just has this like what the fuck was that look on his face?
Insight on Sin?
I mean, he's confused. Doesn't know what the fuck that noise was that came over the fucking earring.
Oh, jeez.
He's very confused on why that sound was being made.
Maybe
Way to
it's
sit to the
bees.
bar.
Maybe
Corn, don't
Doctor.
forget to move your piece. Oh, and also, I almost forgot to point this out. Corn, you also notice that throughout the week that your bed has continued to grow with large pillows.
Oh yeah.
But you never once see him add a pillow.
So the usual.
But your pillows are now bigger than your bed.
Sounds
Like,
good.
yes, a part of your pillows are now hanging over your bed and just on the floor. Your bed is slowly becoming a mountain of pillows.
Makes me wonder when the bed will give out.
And there are now 29 pillows on your bed. Because I know you feel up to counting them.
Yep.
Yeah. But you guys are all sitting in the bar, no Daemissaries. It takes a few moments before you guys hear the front door pop open, and there walks in Daemissaries, completely covered in icicles and ice. He looks like he is near goddamn frozen.
Gosh, David, are you okay?
Like he is shaking. He is visibly injured from going outside. There are gashes all over his body. He is bleeding out, and he is near frozen.
Corn cast Majestic Word on him.
Thank you. And he just slowly moves over to the bar, and he just plops down. You do notice something very different about Daemissaries. His armor is totally redone. And he's now rocking a very... you're not quite sure what type of animal, but there is a fur around his shoulders now. And he has changed from like a kind of a red motif to a gray and blue motif. A little bit. And his pants are a little bit different. He's similar boots, but his pants have changed into like almost like a chainmail and scale mail. Still the same, plate armor and stuff like that, but there have been alterations to his current look.
You went out without me. That's no fun.
Doesn't look that fun outside.
He points to the door at you, Cletus, and he's like, "You go outside."
Okay.
Was it worth it, Daemissaries? Nat says as she pokes her head out.
Cletus, the moment you step outside, you immediately take 6 points of ice and ice damage. Cold damage.
Cool.
Do you stay out there?
For 5 minutes. Then I go back inside.
You fall unconscious.
Shit.
What happened to Cletus?
After about 1 or 2 moments, he doesn't come outside.
Should we check on him?
Yes.
Okay, comrade. He's gonna open the door. He's not gonna go out yet.
You open up the door and you see Cletus just collapsed on the ground.
Oh Jesus! Oh, Palar. Daemissaries, we need your help. He's
I don't think he's gonna be much help.
okay.
Between Conrad and Nat, you guys are able to pull him in.
Okay. Oh man.
But he is unconscious.
Crap.
Yeah, you are at 0 hit points right now.
Let me see if I have a potion.
Daylock kind of just reaches out with his hand and he casts Healing Word on Cletus.
He kind of deserved that.
So, Cletus, you are near frozen. You wake up and you are frigid cold. And Daemissaries is like near frozen and he's chuckling. He's just slowly chuckling to himself.
You idiot! Why did you do that?
So it was fun, and I knew you guys wouldn't let me die.
Next time I'll leave you out there. Conrad doesn't. He just walks out. I like to see.
And after a few moments, like Daemosaurus kind of warms up and stuff like that, and he's like, he looks towards you, Cletus, and he's like, "Oh, that was dumb. I got something to help me against the cold. You don't." He just laughs, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, I got the best thing." And he reaches into his bag, and he pulls out a gigantic goblet. On top, it is a humanoid skull, about twice the size of Daemosaurus' head, or Cletus's head. It is massive. And at the top, the bottom of the cup part, which would be the top of the skull, there is affixed like a brass what is it called? A stem at the bottom into, like a nice little chalice.
And that's like, whoa.
And he just holds it up, like just almost like the Holy Grail towards you guys.
Interesting.
And that's clearly impressed.
Was it worth almost dying for?
Oh, I made this.
Oh. Wait, you made that? Conrad's like kind of surprised.
Yeah, he smiles. He's like, "Yeah, that's what I was." After my fight with Cletus, I went up to speak with Kat, and at this moment, Kat is now bringing out plates and stuff like that, and starting to bring out your guys' food. And he kind of waves at her real quick. She nods. She goes back into the back room, and he looks back over, and he's like, "Yeah, apparently a package arrived for me while we were away. Remember those giants we ran into?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so apparently there was a letter. Kat read it to me. The giants, after we had left, the one that I had fought was planning to come to Lateste to try to kill me. And since he was already kind of a fuck up, they killed him. And as a peace offering, they sent something to Captain Welton and the mayor, and they sent this to me. And, he holds up his goblet. He's like, "Well, it was the head, but, we got rid of all this other stuff."
Interesting peace offering, I guess. Conrad says, kind of like, grossed out by it.
Looks cool. Does it do anything?
I drink out of it.
Awesome.
Can't argue with that.
And he
I
just
was
like,
feeling
he kind of
it
nudges
bad,
you on the shoulder, Cletus. "Did you see it?" And
Yeah.
it's just this massive goblet with a giant's head.
Looks really cool.
Yeah, that's why I did it.
Yeah, I've seen bigger.
No, it looks great.
Conrad's gonna eat while the conversation's going.
Yeah, after a few moments, she brings out the rest of your guys' food, and she disappears. Captain Welton just kind of stares at you guys as you guys, start to eat your breakfast.
Wait,
Captain
Walton's here?
No, a Felton.
Okay.
Captain Felton?
Did I say Captain Felton?
Yes.
You said
did,
Captain
yeah.
Walton.
No, you said Welton.
Is he gonna do the Captain Felton punch?
Yeah. Jesus. Okay, yeah. But Daemosaurus immediately orders a bottle of wine. And he begins to fill up his goblet, and he begins to drink out of it as he's eating his breakfast.
Out of
And it is
curiosity,
massive.
how much of that wine is like filled
Pretty
up
much the
goblet?
entire bottle could fit in the giant's head.
But it's like, is there still room? Like, is it like that big?
It is massive.
I got you.
Like, yeah, it's a little bit more than twice the size of the biggest human's head. So it's pretty good size. Like for some of you smaller people, like Sin, this is it would be way too ridiculous for him to try to even drink out of it. It would be like a small bowl, or not a small bowl. It'd be like a big bowl to him. And even to like Nat and Conrad, like this is massive.
Yeah.
Like it's massive to hold, it's massive to drink out of. Like it still looks ridiculous even when Daemosaurus is just drinking out of it. And like even Cletus, like both of their large frames compared to this goblet still looks ridiculous.
Do you guys think we can make something similar out of cow skull in case he does something stupid again?
Hey! So very nice.
But it's the truth, Sin says as he continues to eat his breakfast.
Conrad snickers a little bit at that.
If I die, and you guys don't resurrect me, you can take my horns and make them into goblets.
Sin looks right over at you, Cletus. He's like, nah. I think you'd look better mounted on a commode.
Yeah, maybe a nice rock.
Oh, jeez.
Maybe give the rock to Gypsy.
At least let her lay well for once.
Demissaries leans into you, Cletus. He's like, but I get your shield, right?
I tell Demissaries in a whisper, yes.
He does like the little like, yes.
And I give Corn a big old middle finger.
And you guys continue to eat through your guys' breakfast. It's delicious as always. A little bit of a heartier breakfast, which with the kind of cool weather that you guys are having really fits in. There's a little bit of like extra spice to it, a little bit of false spice, and it really helps warm the body and soul. And then after a little bit, Lady Cat comes back out, and Demissaries kind of like motions to her to come to him, and he comes walking over to here to talk to her, and they begin whispering. Are you guys going to try to listen in, anyone?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Perception.
No.
Okay, I will remember that, Corn. Conrad, you can hear a little bit of what Demissaries is saying. You cannot hear anything of what Lady Cat is saying. Conrad, you get like every few words from Demissaries. Nat, you get a little bit more, and still nothing from Cat. Basically, no, I gotta just give me a second so I can. I'll just lump. This is what you guys both hear.
Okay.
You guys hear tomorrow. Squawking box, drinks, party, all, then, for 300.
Conrad doesn't really, react to that, but he just continues, sipping his coffee.
Okay. And they finish with like Demissaries happily nodding towards Lady Cat, and her like doing like a soft smile and nodding back to him. And he comes waddling back over to the bar with a big old shit-eating grin on his face.
Not smiling too.
What was that about?
Oh, it's making plans for tomorrow. Just to let you guys all know, we're gonna be busy tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. Like all day, or?
All day, taking care of everything. So just be ready.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
He just sits there, and for the first time ever, you see almost a slightly devilish grin come across Demissaries' face. But you guys finish your breakfast. It is delicious. What would you like to do? Sin immediately goes back upstairs.
Oh, by the way, for the audience, Damon.
Yes, if any of you guys would like to describe anything new, or anything that would be obvious to your other party members that you guys would realize, we'll just go down the line, starting with Conrad.
All right. So you see Conrad in his new armor. It is like a red robe with like black lacquer pieces on it, and it's very like infernal, almost kind of looking. And
Damn it!
Oh,
Just
yeah,
go to stomp on this stage.
Clayton's got some new shoes,
Sandals.
sandals.
Well, they're pseudo sandals. They're like foot wraps, sort of.
Or hooves wraps, I guess.
They work
Yeah.
with my hooves.
Yeah, they actually look kind of fitting for your style of feet. They're kind of like a darkened leather. They look very very simple, but yeah.
Yeah, Nat knows Conrad's new outfit, and she says, "Look at you all dressed up."
Thanks. I guess I would say the same to you.
She's just wearing her shirt.
She's still wearing her shirt.
Oh, she's still wearing a shirt. I thought she was wearing-
Immediately after getting into the squawking box, the entire week you have seen her in her shirt.
Oh, my bad. Rewind.
Nope. Nope. Same thing I usually like to wear. Well, I thank you. She flaunts the shirt.
Hey Nat, come here for a sec.
Yes, and for those who went over to the stage, it is beautiful. It is a very hard marble-like material. The stage is a little bit higher. Instead of having like a 3-tiered stage, it is now a 2-tiered stage, so there's higher steps in between. The fighting stage itself is much larger. And there's like gold inlays all throughout the marble. There's a beautiful it's a very rigid pattern. It's not like very flowy and like elegant and flowery. It's very rigid gold inlays, but it's very beautiful.
Can I do a check, actually?
Sure.
Because, like, you mentioned there's 2 layers and there's kind of intricacies to it. Like, can Tyler just kind of inspect the stage to see if, like, there's any kind of mechanisms to it?
Give me a dungeoneering check.
Sure. 1 sec.
Because you're seeing if there's any, like,
Yeah,
moving parts or anything crazy like that.
basically, yes.
You walk around, and judging by how the stone is and stuff like that, and how the cuts of stone are, it just looks like it's really heavy duty. That's it.
Can I also
Like,
do
it's
something
solid.
to see, like, how, like, recent it was made? Like, how, like... Because, I mean, like, I feel like we would have noticed it, like, during the week.
Remember, throughout the week, this was just a blank space.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
You guys wake up today, and it's just here.
Yeah.
I mean, what exactly are you looking for to see if it's new?
I guess, like, was it, like, just, like... I guess this would be Arcana, then. I was basically just asking, like, if it was just, like, conjure out of nowhere, or, like, was it built?
I mean, give me a perception check.
Yeah, we'll do.
Okay. I will just say what you... Great perception check. Basically, you don't see any scuffs, you don't see any marks, you don't see any dirt, you don't see any signs that this was recently placed here. All of it looks very new, but in the same sense, it also looks like it's been here for weeks. Like, there's no signs of it being moved here.
Power just kind of, like, patting it down, going, like, this is really weird.
It's because of magic.
You're not, he wasn't scoring?
And Damon's Harris just mostly stomps on it to see how solid it is. And he's like, Cletus, it's bigger.
Oh yeah,
I
we're gonna have
like
some
it.
fun in here.
But then he walks over to the edge and he notices that it's a slightly bigger drop. He's like, that might hurt a little bit more.
Yeah, we'll see.
Tell me
if you
about
fall
it.
off.
What's on your mind, Cletus? Nat asks.
1 sec.
So, Conrad's gonna kind of, like, go back to the bar for a sec. I assume Felton and Catmare are still there?
Yes. They're both. Captain Felton Captain Felton. Jesus Christ. Felton.
Felton?
I feel like someone just said Captain Felton and it made me say Captain Felton.
I mean,
Conrad, did you say Captain
I
Felton?
did not say that at all, actually.
Oh, you said Captain Felton.
I didn't say anything about Captain Felton or whatever.
No, Cat and Felton.
Oh, yeah, I did say that, yes.
And it made me think Captain Felton.
Okay.
I'm like, wait, why did it just feel like someone said it? That's why I said it. Okay. Anyways.
In my mind, he's always gonna be captain.
Oh, Captain, my Captain. Yes, they are sitting there. They're basically getting ready for the day. It's still pretty early in the day.
Pretty interesting stage you guys got over there.
Cat Mary looks up. She's like, "Yeah, well, the other one was getting kind of old, and I'm trying to rebrand this year's tournament."
So, like, how did you get it in here? Conrad's like still looking a little bit puzzled, like looking at the stage.
Felton and Lady Cat both look at each other, smiling, and then Felton looks at you. He's like, "We put it in here."
Yeah, it seems like it's been here for weeks, but like this entire time since we've been here, I did not see it there. Again, like they're doing a double take on the stage.
I mean, yeah, it looks like it's brand fucking new.
Exactly,
But
yeah.
Felton just sits there and he smiles at you.
So when is this tournament thing gonna happen?
Oh, in about a week, we should start seeing people arrive throughout the week as the weather clears up.
Do you still need on-stage entertainment for the tournament?
And Cat Mary kind of looks at you and it's like, we could probably use some help with that.
Nice. Also, for the occasion, I made a new song featuring our favorite vacation place and our favorite redhead.
Just kind of raise their eyebrows at you.
I call it the Rainbow Magician.
Does that hear that?
No.
Can I roll perception?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a no, it's gonna be your passive perception.
Darn.
I will say you kind of hear it. You probably hear just, probably not unless you say it loud.
He does say it a bit louder so Ned hears
Oh,
it.
okay. So yes, you would hear it.
Her ears twitch at that, and she looks at Corin.
Oh god.
Corin takes out his violin, which has some colorful runes on it now.
They don't until you start playing.
But it still has a few runes on it.
Yeah, basically up the neck of the violin, you guys see some inscribed runes going up it. And there are a couple of runes going around like the face end of the violin where, like the echo chamber is. Like right in there around it, very tiny runes with almost like a goldish color. Against the wood, it looks very pretty.
And then Corin starts playing a piece, basically retelling the tale of the fight against the troll, but with music.
Okay.
With a somber start and few perk ups when the world magic happens, and a big finale with the dragon.
Okay.
With the colors match.
Okay. Are you going to activate your daily with it?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a musical performance. Okay. So that is a 35. You all are flabbergasted. The moment he starts playing, the tune starts off like a little slow in the beginning, like starting to build up a little bit of tempo. And as he's pressing along, I keep wanting to say frets, but violins do not have frets. As he's pressing against the violin neck, playing these notes, various parts of it start lighting up, and it's almost like going with the tone of the music. Like it's kind of soft, so it's kind of soft colors, and then he starts picking it up pace and stuff like that, and it starts going into more of a jauntier tune. And then the colors start becoming a little bit more wide-ranging, a lot more colorful, a lot more dramatic. And then he begins to sing. And the moment he starts singing, basically the whole entirety of the Squawking Box turns into like a disco party stage. Lights are cascading all around. There are these globes of light that are now dancing around Corin as he's playing, that are changing colors and kind of swaying with the music. You all have never seen a musical performance like this in your life.
Ooh, special.
That is so embarrassed remembering that fight that happened, but also very much enjoys the song.
Lady Cat, Felton, Damasaries, and probably most of you feel inclined to clap along. Like
yeah,
it's
now Conrad's
that
gonna set
fucking
the
catchy.
slow clap, like the or whatever.
Well, it's a little bit more jaunty right now, like
So he'll clap
regaling the
along
tale.
with it.
So yeah, it's like a little bit more of a faster pace, but like it's real easy to get into the rhythm of it, and with the whole presence, it's hard not to get dragged into the song. So you're right on beat with them. It almost makes you all better at clapping for how good he did with it. And it is an amazing performance. And when he finishes, like Damasaries, Felton, and Katmara just uproarious, like clapping, like just yeah, like woo.
So does Conrad. He doesn't clap.
And yeah, Damasaries starts whistling, and Lady Cat is just wow. Oh, yeah, you can definitely if you're gonna pull something like that, you're gonna be my headliner for music. How about that? There's 50 gold in it if you do it.
Corin, you there?
And-
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, sure.
And
Sounds
she
good.
reaches out her hand to shake on it.
Tiny pixie shake.
And you notice that there was 25 gold in her hand.
Takes it.
I never
Is she
thought of
not
our
at you?
tale. I never thought of our adventure that way, but yeah, it would be it's definitely a good song for you. Conrad chuckles at that.
Dalek is continuing to clap and just smiling. He's like, "Oh, that's one of the joys of having someone who's a bard around, Sir Conrad. It's kind of
Yeah.
what they do." And he just kind of smiles and shrugs.
Great song, Corin. Nat yells out to him.
Couldn't have done it without my inspiration.
God, chuckles.
Damasaries leans over to you, Corn, and he's like, "Me, right?"
Yes, you are the Rainbow Mage.
Yes.
He's not.
He does not hear that.
So Conrad would actually look to Katmara. So what are the rules for this tournament exactly?
Well, I mean, it's pretty simple. You get in the ring and you beat up the other person till they can't beat you up.
So it's just imagine fisticuffs, that sort of thing.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there's never ever been a rule against weapons, but for the most part, people don't bring them.
So because Conrad just kind of leans in, right? So is that giant fist that Sin has going to be allowed?
I mean, that's up to his opponent, but I mean, would you want to be the one that pusses out because a mage pulls out a giant fist?
I mean, I am not like my counterparts here. He points to Damasaries and then Cletus. I am not going to take a giant fist.
She smiles. She's like, "There's nothing wrong with taking a little giant fist every once in a while." She winks over at his ears.
God damn it.
Yeah, I mean, what if a certain red someone heard that you say this?
I am just not into that. Conrad says it's very matter of factly no.
Have you tried?
Lady Katmara slightly trying to change the conversation, but keeping it on the topic. She's like, "Well, I mean, it's all for fun, and I'm not as haughty as the championship of Throgramir or the arena in Celestia, but usually every year we get some pretty good fighters out here, and it's just a lot of people who are trying to just we're kind of the make your name kind of area."
So, Nat, these, is there anything you can tell me about these symbols? Because I have no idea what they mean. That's why I called you over here.
Yeah, why not? Nat will check him out.
Okay. Give me an intelligence check.
Ugh.
You have no fucking clue what these are.
She shrugs.
This is a language neither of you know.
Alright. They just head back to the bar.
Such great work they did on this. She's like, she's feeling
but,
it.
But what you can tell, Nat, is those are not arcane runes.
Just more like a decoration piece.
It's some type of language.
Okay.
So probably decoration.
So, are you going to be in the tournament, Lady Cat?
Actually, Cletus, go ahead and roll me a religion check.
Nope.
What did you ask, Lady Cat?
I asked her if she was going to be in the tournament, too.
Well, I haven't decided yet. I gotta see who shows up first.
Fair enough, fair enough.
No one's worth my salt. It's not really fair if the champion joins, is it?
No.
Nat joins him back at the bar. What was the name of the song again?
It was the Rainbow Mage.
Oh, the song's actually called Rainbow Mage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not the Rainbow Mage, just Rainbow Mage.
So college,
Rainbow Magician.
Oh, Rainbow Magician. I apologize.
so Howard just kind of turns around in the seat and looks around the rest of the guys. So it looks like it's still a little chilly, kind of says sarcastically. Outside, what do you guys want to do?
Not go outside, obviously.
Daylock looks over and is like, well, I've actually been pretty tired from this last week, so I'm probably just gonna head up to my room and relax, since apparently we're going to be busy tomorrow. And he kind of looks over at Damasarius, who just has a shit-eating grin on his face.
What's with you guys in these? What is with you guys in these grins? Every time you guys grin like that, something weird is gonna happen.
There's nothing wrong with grinning as I grin.
Somewhere a baby cries.
Nah,
But
as long as you don't ever see me grinning, it's still fine.
What have you been doing all week, Daylock, that you're so tired?
oh well, I mean, well, Sir Raylon brought me some books to study, so he wanted me to get them done before a certain time, so I've been kind of rushing.
Wow, he made you
and swamped
study
with them.
He made you study on your vacation? Gosh.
What's a vacation?
Time where you're just kind of relaxing, take a break
Oh,
from everything.
Not working.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, I have a duty to my order.
I mean, yeah, but a rested warrior is more effective than a tired one.
Well, I mean, I should at least wait until I'm competent enough before I can, ease up. And even then, you should never let yourself go.
I'm not saying let yourself go, but I'm saying if you run yourself ragged, you're just gonna be ineffective.
Oh, this is nothing. I'm a part of the platinum band. This is nothing.
Okay.
Guard
How does
slap,
it inside him, like when he says that?
Okay. He thinks it's nothing.
So he thinks that he's cool with it, like he's not feeling tired.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he looks a little tired, but he said he's been studying all week, so he's resting today. So he does look a little tired, but he doesn't think this is overwhelming.
Okay, yeah. All right, you do you, Conrad says.
He nods, and I guess I will see you all tomorrow.
Yeah, I guess. Catch you later, man.
And he nods and heads upstairs.
Have a nice rest. Bye, Daylock.
Bye, Daylock.
You want to
Pretty
play
sure
cards?
that
You want to play cards again, Conrad?
Sure. We gotta go get Sin first because we don't have any cards. Conrad says.
I'll go get him.
All right, yeah.
You
I'll
head
be
up to the
sitting
room?
here.
I head up to the room.
Okay. You see Sin busy at his little workstation.
Hey, Sam, can I borrow the cards?
No.
Why not?
Do you see that over there? And he's pointing to like a little tube of something.
Yes.
Do you see that over there? And he's pointing at something else, a little stand.
Yes.
Do you see that? And he's pointing at a fire going right now.
Yes.
That's 3. That's all I can do. Come back later.
Alright.
Yeah, he's busy with something. Sorry.
He's busy with something. Sorry.
Work hard, Winnie.
That was the DM speaking, not Sin. He doesn't give a fuck. Sorry.
You're fine.
He's occupied. I'm
wasn't-
sorry.
I guess it wasn't in the cards.
5 experience for that.
Yay!
With that mess up earlier, at least you won.
I come back down and say, Conrad, he says he's busy. So no cards.
Boo! Conrad says he goes back to his seat at the bar.
Yeah.
I could still imagine we had cards.
That doesn't work, Conrad says, looking at Corn.
You're not imagining enough, that says.
What are you talking about? I have a full house right here.
Well, I've got 2 full houses.
I got a full house right here, and then she points to the squawking box.
Conrad rolls his eyes and like puts his hands on his like face, just like. Yeah.
You know, if you call this a full house, you're probably gonna go out of business soon.
What's the emissary's doing?
He's looking out the window.
Please don't go back out there, and that's.
Oh no, I'm waiting to see if the rain lets up.
Yeah,
It might.
also
It might not. Conrad, would you like to hear a joke?
Conrad just like looks at him like, sure.
What do you call a one-legged pirate?
What?
Or a female one-legged pirate? You call her Peg. Call her Peggy.
Conrad just like goes over to the window to watch it with the emissaries.
And just like that, he loses 5 experience.
Aww.
Can I do a perception check to see how outside's looking?
Let's give me a nature check.
Gotcha.
And just to let you know, Cletus, I am adding and subtracting these. Okay, 27. You're not familiar with this type of weather, but you've seen storms. And you get the feeling that there might be a break for a little bit sometime afternoon based off of your knowledge of previous weather patterns that you have seen throughout your life.
Afternoon, like what around time? Like 2, 3?
There's no guarantee.
Gotcha. So Connor will say to the group, I'm not familiar with like how the Thar star is like around here, but if I had to guess, sometime in the afternoon, maybe we'll get a break.
And Nat and Corin, his pronunciation of Thar is just horrible.
Thar.
I'm just kidding.
Thar.
Yeah, Damon Sarah is just gonna continue to sit there and stare.
Wanna go out for a bit when the rain lets up?
I would, yeah, actually. Kind of,
Because considering we don't know when it comes back, we should probably at least go in pairs. Just as a safety precaution.
Damon Sarah looks over at you. Why don't you guys just go all at once then?
Eh.
I'm looking at the quest board. Is there anything new?
Nope.
Awesome.
Plus, I gotta get rid of these. Conrad says, like, holdings, bag of holdings, like, he puts it back.
Well, you look in your bag of holding and you see nothing.
He goes to feel around for the crocodile heads.
Yeah, you think cow head and then you feel the top of the cow head and your croc head. And you're like, it's
I hope he doesn't have cow heads in there.
Yeah. I was literally looking at Cletus's image on the chat bar for Roll20, and I was currently looking at a cow head. So in my mind, it connected the dots. You reach in and you just feel like this wet, kind of squishy, sort of leathery feeling. It's kind of gooey.
Conrad immediately lets go of it, and, just like.
Yeah, you pull out your hand and there's just decayed, starting to decay like reptile matter on your hand.
Ugh, Conrad does. Look at
Are you sure you've been hunting before?
Very sure, yes. Conrad just tries to, like, I assume he has, like, a cloth or something that you just wipe that shit off.
Your shirt?
He's not gonna wipe it off in his shirt.
Why not? You're a ranger.
Sure, why not?
I mean, they may be new duds, but I mean, sneaking through the bushes, sneaking through the bushes. You honestly, I mean, you're not grossed out. Even when you feel the stuff, like it's like, oh, gross, but you're not like freaked out by it. You're a ranger.
Gotcha.
You're.
He's used to it, yeah.
Yeah, you're. This is like, nah, whatever.
So Connor needs to go to see Wilton. What about you guys? Do you guys need to go do anything?
Oh, I need to head back over to the brothers. They were telling me about their uncle.
Demisary said that?
Yeah, Demisary.
Ah, I need to go there too. I'll go with you.
I was just gonna stroll around for a bit, look around what changed with the rain.
Same, yeah. I'm kind of getting a little, cagey, just staying inside all day, kind of just kind of, better.
When Demisary looks over, like, so who's gonna go with who then?
I'll hang out with Corin.
Yeah.
I'll go with you.
And he looks over at Nat and Cletus like, okay, so why don't us three go and we can stop over at Valmart on the way there. We can stop over at the Smith, and then when you guys finish with the Smith, you and Cletus can head back and I'll stay there.
Sounds good.
Okay.
And break. He claps his hands together, and it's louder. It's pretty loud.
Thunderclap.
Yeah, a little bit. And he continues to stare at the window.
Okay, Howard just goes back to where he was sitting at the bar.
Okay.
Do you guys think the uncle's called Smith?
Oh, their uncle? Oh no. Shit. I didn't realize I was gonna need that. Give me a second to pull up my notes. Oh no, their uncle is named Baymar.
Baymar Smith.
No, that's not their last name. They're the Leadfoots.
Baymar Smith Leadfoot.
He just kind of shrugs his shoulders. He's like, yeah, he's the one who made Bomar 2.0. He's apparently pretty, and he's struggling because he can't think of a word.
Baymar Leadfoot Smith the Second.
And after a few moments, he's like, Demissaries goes, he's good at what he does.
There you go.
Because I wanted to say it a certain way, and I was like, Demissaries is not going to know what that word means. Yeah, I've been talking with him throughout this week. Apparently, their uncle, they sent for him yesterday, actually.
Because changing automaton thing, or why?
Oh. Well, I mean, Bomar doesn't, really... I mean, Bilmar doesn't really talk about it too much, but Bomar is a little worried. Because he apparently remembers his last life, which apparently isn't supposed to be a part of what is happening. I mean, he's a warforged. There shouldn't really be any memories. So Bomar is actually the one who mostly wanted to send for him because, he's a little worried.
A robot worrying about being too human.
Well, I mean, I could tell while I was over there. Those two brothers really care for each other, and if I was in his shoes, there was something weird about my own existence, and it could potentially damage my family, I would probably be a little worried too.
Yeah, I mean, what if he ever shoots a laser beam out of his eye accidentally?
Emissary just stares at you with a raised eyebrow. What's a laser?
Well, it's basically a bundle of light. That's really hot.
Go ahead and roll me a intelligence check, Cord. What's a laser?
I think it's a kind of flower.
Lasers really don't exist in D&D.
You could just be lying to him.
Yeah, I mean, you could be making this up if you want, but concept of lasers is not really something that exists. It's usually represented with just light beams.
A laser is a long arthropod special enemy reptile.
He's just staring at you. Give me an insight, Corin. It's not a very high DC. You're pretty sure Dave Massaris doesn't know what half those words mean, and he just kind of stares at you like, and he starts shaking his head. He's like, "Yeah, I know what you mean."
He's like, what's this gibberish he's speaking?
You feel you have successfully tricked him.
Not much of an accomplishment, but Corin will take it.
Yeah, so, Colin's actually gonna just kind of head back up to the room and just kind of lay down while he's waiting for the
You
afternoon.
guys just want to do a fast flash forward?
Basically, yes.
Quick question. Is it not warm enough in this current weather, or does she need to, like, layer up or something?
You guys probably would want to bundle up going outside.
Okay. Now we'll do that during this fast forward thing.
The hearths in the squawking box are all burning, and it's still a little chilly in here. So you get the sense that going outside and what it did to Cletus and Damasaries, that even if it dies down, you suspect that it's probably going to be fucking frigid outside.
So Conrad's not going to be good either because he doesn't have a cloak.
You know,
I'm not saying that. I'm thinking that.
Okay. Maybe ask someone.
Yeah, Conrad's going to ask, like, I wonder if, what the...
Who was just outside and was not wearing a cloak, but owns one?
Yeah, damn Damasaries. Hey, Damasaries.
Yeah.
So, it's really cold out there, right?
Fuck right, it is.
I don't have a cloak, and
just reach in my bag. Might be a little bit big, but it should keep you warm.
Thanks. Conrad reaches into it and gets it.
Yeah, you could have just asked me.
You pull out a cloak, and it has a piece torn off of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it is from when Nat had her outfit malfunction.
Yeah.
But it's large enough that it's not going to hamper you with that part missing.
When she was a dude.
Yeah, when you were a guy.
Thanks, Conrad says, and he, hang on, let me see.
You can keep that. I don't need it anymore.
Okay. Conrad goes back to his seat.
As he grabs his little fur collar and just kind of pulls it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
he also has a new belt.
Oh, what does the belt do?
Well, I mean, you don't know what the belt does, but I will.
I'm sorry, I don't mean what it does. Like, I mean, what does it look like?
Yeah, just give me 1 second.
Pretty sure it holds up hands.
It is around the belt. It's leathery, but in the center part, it looks like there's not just like metallic scales. It almost now since you've seen one up close, it almost looked like dragon scales, but they're not dragon scales. They're clearly like just designed to be such, and there's runes on each of them.
By the way, Demonstrator, sweet nuts, Conrad says.
Oh, well, yeah, this is, part of my training is, they wanted me to start making some stuff. And, so right out the gate, they just had me start making stuff.
Oh, so you made this contest?
Oh, well, not this. I mean, I did part of it, but Sin helped.
Ah, cool. Yeah, it looks real nice on you.
Yeah, Sin's been sending his invisible people to help us.
Conrad, can
You have no fucking clue what he's talking about.
Exactly. What
Well,
the
actually,
fuck are you talking about?
You do remember when he was getting help from Melanodius that the boxes were floating.
Ah, okay, yeah.
That looked like they were being carried by invisible people.
Well, probably not looked by, but...
Yeah, there was a few occasions where it looked like there was like a visible shape, but for the most part, it's transparent.
Yeah.
But I almost forgot that you did see those. So yes, you think he might be talking about those.
Oh, those. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, fucking magic.
Yeah. It's kind of confusing at times, Garth. That's...
No, it's actually pretty simple if you just accept that it explains everything.
Sure.
He looks over at you, Corny. He's like, so why does my back hurt?
Magic.
He pauses for a moment and then starts shaking his head. I'm like, okay, I accept that. Then he
Can we do
nods
the
again. He's like,
backboard
wow,
now?
Corn, you're a wise man. Yeah, so you guys sit and you wait. And you wait. And you wait. And you wait. And about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Conrad, you notice that it's starting to lessen up a little bit.
How much less enough? Like, safe enough to go outside, or like...
It's getting to like probably within the next 5 or 10 minutes. You have a feeling it's gonna have a temporary break.
All right, and can Conrad do a check to see how long that would last?
You have no clue.
Okay, no clue. Okay.
Could it be 20 minutes? Could be 30 minutes? Could be an hour? Could be a little bit more. Somewhere around that ballpark.
Gotcha. So Conrad would just say to the group, "Hey, looks like it's gonna break out a little bit soon. Not sure how long it'll last though."
Right. Nat, there you go.
Well, it's not ready right. It's not ready to go right now.
You guys all gather by the front door as Conrad tries to back up a little bit, like, and you
Yeah,
guys just
sorry,
kind
that was
of
my
huddle
bad.
around the door, like, just waiting. And, like, Damasares even reaches out toward the doorknob and is grabbing it. He keeps looking over at you, Conrad, like, for approval, like, is it time yet? Is it time yet?
No,
Is it time
no,
yet?
no.
He doesn't say it, he just looks at you.
This
Yeah,
might be a bad idea.
Well,
And
whatever we're gonna. Yeah,
After a few moments, you see a break, Conrad.
Conrad nods to Damasares.
Go, go, go!
Opens up the door and starts barking out.
That's like go, go, go!
I want everyone to roll acrobatics.
Gotcha.
No, my weakness.
Will do.
No.
Okay, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nat and Cletus. As soon as Damasares goes to go out the door, he immediately trips over himself, which causes an obstruction, which causes Nat to trip, then Cletus. And Conrad, at the last moment, you see them all falling, and you just kind of jump over them. And Corn, you just fly right over them. And you all just smack into the ground, just like, you guys are all muddy and stuff like that. It's cold, it's frigid, and you have mud all over.
Oh God, it's cold.
Yeah, it is cold mud.
Get mud.
And Damasares picks up, like, he almost picks you guys up while you guys are on his back, and he's like, let's go! Like, he scrambles to get up.
Conrad's gonna say, "I'm gonna stop at Wilson's first," and then he runs.
So the party splits up.
Have fun, be safe, be quick. That's what Nat says to him before he runs off.
Okay. And short of this, some of this stuff we will kind of do quick and instant.
Yeah.
Damasares, Cletus, and Nat, you guys stop over at Valmart. It is open. You guys go inside. Ding, 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 ding. You guys go inside, and the other Val is in there. He's like, "Oh, yay, customers! Welcome to Valmart," and he helps you out with whatever you need. Let me just. What are you sending again? The 2 letters.
Oh no, don't got the money for that.
Oh, so wait. Do you not need to stop at Valmart?
Yeah, maybe pick up those books we talk. Picked up books. See if he has those.
Give me a perception check.
Sure. At this point, she's...
Actually, what type of book are you looking for first? Something similar to what Sin offered you?
Yes.
Okay, give me a perception check. Okay, you find one that has a pretty tantalizing title. You really don't have too much time to really like page through it, but by the title alone, it sounds pretty interesting. And it's called 1001 Nights, an Azair story.
That's fine. Just takes
You're like,
it.
ooh, 1001 Nights? Ooh. That's gonna be let's say 5 gold for that book.
Okay.
Okay, you mark it off, gives you the book, and your purchase is complete. You guys need anything else at Valmart?
Actually, wait. So I keep on forgetting the map. Is Valmar on the way to the guard's house?
You'd have to go out of your way to go to it.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, cutting straight from the squawking box to the guard house. Yeah.
Alright, so Thar just went straight to the guardhouse then, yeah.
Need anything else for you 3 at Valmart?
That's probably just giving remarks about how he's finally open. How she's been trying to get in here for like days.
And he just kind of shrugs his shoulders. He's like, "That's not my problem. Blame it on the Thar."
Yeah, one job, Val. He just keeps looking around.
Cletus, do you need anything?
No.
Okay. So you 3 finish up, and you guys make your way back outside. You guys check the sky real quick, and it still looks clear. So you guys head over to the Smiths.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You guys make your way over there. And you enter inside. Damon Stairs kind of rushes to the front and like goes in his way through, and immediately you see Bomar like turning. He's like, about time you got back. Give me a hand over here. Grab those tongs over there. And Damon Stairs immediately starts getting to work with the one brother, and they go in the back room. And standing there in front of you is Bilmar. He's like, how can I help you guys?
I have this broken lock. I was wondering if it's worth anything, because to break it, it was a lot really hard.
He takes it from you, stares at it, licks it, sniffs it, kind of squeezes on it a little bit. He's like, it's a little warped, and there's just kind of shite material, but could probably knock out the impurities. I'll give you 30 gold for it.
Cool. I hand it over.
Okay. He hands you the 30 gold.
Nat's hanging around and looking at the weapons.
They are shiny.
Shiny.
Well, some of them. They're not as shiny.
Some of them are wood.
Well, yeah, some of them. No, but I'm just saying they're not as shiny as other weapons. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. Is there anything else you guys would like from here?
I'll take a look around real fast.
Pretty much the same stock. There's, like new armors and weapons and stuff like that, but it's mostly stylistic changes.
Okay. That thing that Cletus would notice isn't there anymore.
Oh, you do notice something, Cletus, that does strike your attention a little bit. By the armor section, there is a set of gauntlets that do not look like the standard metal gauntlets. These ones have kind of razor barbs on the knuckle parts of the gauntlets. That kind of come up to like a point. This is a set of spiked gauntlets.
Cool. I ask them how much they are. Just out of curiosity.
Oh, those will run you 15 gold.
15 gold? I say I'll take them along with I need another hand axe.
No, that's not going to be a problem whatsoever. And he runs over and he's like, just a regular basic hand axe, nothing too frilly.
Correct.
Okay, that's going to be another 10 gold on top of that.
Okay. I hand him the gold.
Okay. And you are now a proud owner of spiked gauntlets and another hand axe.
Woo!
Okay, just give me a second so I can send you this info.
Awesome. After he gives me that, I go to Nat. That's all I needed. Ready to go back?
Well, we're still waiting for Damassaries, aren't we?
No, I think he said he was going to stay here.
Bilmar speaks up. Nah, that idiot's fucking busy. We're going to be working him to the bone until tomorrow. He owes us, as he like reaches out his finger and shakes it menacingly.
I don't like the sound of that.
And then he cracks a smile and he's like, now get the fuck out of here. As he shoos you guys out of his store.
Fine.
Bye.
Ah, save your goodbyes for another person. And then he slams the door, and you hear as like 20 locks get locked up.
Okay. I start heading back.
Okay. We will cut away from you guys to go over to the other ones. Conrad and Korn, you guys hustle and bustle your way over to the guard station.
Mhm.
And
On
there
the
are
way.
no guards standing outside of the guardhouse.
Conrad's gonna see if the door's open.
Well, I mean, do you jiggle the doorknob and open it?
He tries to, yeah.
Door opens.
Conrad enters. Hello?
You see a couple guards that are standing immediately, like, inside of the building, but they're, like, two guards, but they're not going to stand the fuck outside, so they're standing the fuck inside.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, surprised to see someone.
Yeah, there's a small break in the...
Yeah, they
weather.
look past you and kind of look up at the sky. Oh, maybe we might be able to go home tonight.
Yeah, I'm not sure how long it's gonna last, so, keep that in mind. Is Wilson in?
No, he's not.
He's probably with his family,
If
considering.
you remember, he was going to be taking some time with his family during the break.
Conrad looks to the guards. So there was some items I had to turn in for part of our quest. Could I turn it into you guys?
Sure, but we won't be able to issue a payment until Captain Walton gets back. But, you guys are a part of the Onyx Circle. I'm sure he can send it over to the Squawking Box.
That works. Do you have a table or something? Conrad goes to his bag.
He's like, well, what is it?
4 crocodile heads.
Mind just putting them out there?
If your guys are okay with that, sure.
Sure, we'll vouch for it.
Conrad puts them outside, I guess, or wherever they want.
Okay. You put 5 crocodile heads?
No, it's 4.
4 crocodile heads on the ground, and they are slimy, nasty. They're decaying. Like one of the eyeballs pop out, and it's just like mush. It's barely an eyeball. It's gross. And they're both just like making a disgusted face, like, yeah, it's best to stay out there.
Yeah, okay. Alright, well, see you guys. I gotta go back before it gets bad.
You guys have a good Thar.
You too. And then, he runs again back to Squawking Box.
Oh, Corn.
Corn,
Conrad.
while all.
You're with Corn. Aren't you going to stay with him?
Corin, we should probably get back.
You still got a bit of the break still.
Well, where do you want to go, Corin?
I've got a little plan, and I kind of still need something for this plan. So I'd just look around for a bit if that's okay with you.
Where exactly are we going to be looking?
Corin, if this is the search that I'm thinking about, you will have to exit right out in the immediate area around town. There is a bit of the woods and stuff like that. You think you might have a better chance over there.
Would there be enough time?
It's hard to say, but for right now, it looks pretty clear.
Oh, I'm just gonna look a bit by the woods, if that's okay with you.
Corin, just because there's a break doesn't mean it's going to last forever. I can't guarantee you we will be able to, have that amount of time.
Could I do a nature check to see if we got that amount of time?
Sure.
I don't know.
I mean,
mean,
Conrad did the check already. And they
Yeah,
said,
kind of. It's hard to say. Right now, it looks clear. It's just you guys aren't hopefully familiar with this weather. Right now, it looks like it could be clear for another hour. Could be clear for another 2 hours. But right now, it's you guys don't know the weather. Basically, mechanically, I know how long the break is, and then I'm going to start rolling again.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Well,
I mean, right now you do have. Right now, considering what the break is and what the sky looks like, you could probably make it out there, and it depends on how well your search does.
it also depends on how long, because there's also the prospect of getting back,
Yeah, but I'm saying like right now, if with how the sky looks and how fast the clouds are moving, since that was a really good nature check, you could get there and back. It's going to be dependent on how well your search goes.
Yeah, so what I'd like to do is get there and back and real quick search, not overstate, so we've got enough time to get back. If possible. Hello?
Damon?
Wait, were you talking to me or Conrad?
He was talking to you.
Oh, I mean,
That's what also he tell Conrad.
yeah.
okay, yeah, because I just said that. So, yeah, that was to you, Conrad, not to me.
Okay, yeah. As long as it's quick search and Damon, can I if it gets to the point where it's starting to look bad, can Conrad interrupt him in search?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that then.
Okay. You guys rush over there
Yes.
with dire quickness. And when you guys pass by the gate, no one's there. But the gate is slightly cracked. So you guys make your way outside the gate, and you guys head over to the woods. Corn, give me a perception check and a nature check. And okay. Conrad, give me a perception check.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. You guys get into the woods, and Corn, you start looking around for tracks and stuff like that, and just using your knowledge of nature to try to hone in on patterns of animals and stuff like that to kind of narrow on your search. You guys enter in the woods, and after about 10-15 minutes, Conrad, as you're looking at the sky and you're kind of looking around, kind of see where you're going, Conrad, you see just something move in your peripheral and kind of duck behind a tree.
What is it?
You don't know?
God, I guess we'll turn towards that.
Okay. You guys approach, and it is
Well, it said turn towards that. Not gonna approach it.
Okay, you turn towards the tree. It's a pretty small tree. Whatever it was, it's probably really small.
Yeah. That's weird.
Does Carl notice this?
You notice him stop and look over there.
Hey, what's up?
I saw something go over there. Connor points to it.
Corin carefully goes over there.
Okay. As you
Stealth?
approach, you want to stealth it? Okay, go ahead and stealth. Okay. As you quietly flutter over there, you peek around, and Conrad, are you gonna move up as well?
Stealthily, sure.
Okay. Go ahead and roll stealth. Corn, you don't even know he's behind you. And you slowly creep up, and you look around the tree, and you see a small creature. It is canine in shape. It is very dark, like a dark blackish coal gray. And it looks like it's almost like shaved, like it doesn't have fur. It's very small, and it's just kind of cowering behind the tree as you guys kind of peek around. And as soon as it notices you, it kind of peeks behind the tree a little bit more.
Hello there, little guy.
I assume you're speaking animal speak?
Yeah.
You hear nothing back.
Corin cast Majestic Word on the creature.
Okay.
Conrad's still checking the sky, by the way.
Okay. Let me double check the. What do you say for your majestic word?
Rejuvenate.
Okay. The spell goes off. But it's still kind of cowering behind the tree.
And then Corin takes out some rations from his bag.
As soon as you pull out the rations, you take a little bit of dried meat and you hold it out. Like, there's a moment where it, still tries to cower, but it kind of like pokes its head out. It's kind of sniffing around. And it looks, immediately, both of you guys can tell, it looks not just injured, but weak. Like, you have a feeling like this weather is not doing well for it. And there's a look of desperation on it. And it weakly, like, kind of goes to step out behind the tree before it collapses.
Corin flies over right away, and I guess medicine?
Yes.
Heal.
Heal, yeah. Actually, yeah. Okay.
Woo.
Yes!
It is exhausted. It is tired. It is hungry. It is cold. This is also unlike any canine you have ever seen in your life. It looks weird. Its skin feels off. Like, it almost feels like ash. And even as you bring your hands back, there's now blackened soot and ash on your hands.
So then Kara would look at it and go like, "Yo, is this what we're coming for?"
Basically.
All right, well, let's grab it and get out of here.
Yeah, can Conrad grab it for me? Considering Corin's not the strongest.
Yeah, can I?
Yeah, you can pick it up.
All right, does so.
Just to give you a reference, standing up tall, it was probably maybe a foot tall standing up. So it is, in real world terms, it's a puppy.
Okay.
While Conrad's carrying it, Corin will take out his water skin and drip feed it some water and hold the meat in front of it to see if it eats.
We're booking it, so
Yeah. Right now, you guys are booking it back.
Yeah. Well,
so,
during that, Corin's probably perch on Conrad's arms as well. So.
Okay. Yeah. It's basically just passed out in his arms. It's kind of slumped over. Conrad's cradling it, so it's not like bouncing and breaking its neck, but it's out.
Yeah.
But you guys rush back, and as soon as you guys go to pass through the gate, wherever your ticket is right now, you feel a warmth coming from it, and as you pass the gate. And by ticket, I mean your traveling license.
Yeah.
And you guys pass through the gate, and you make your way to the squawking box.
Yep.
Cletus and Nat, you guys arrive to the squawking box, and you guys are now inside of the bar.
Oh, I want to stay outside.
Oh, you want to stay outside?
Yeah, just outside, just kind of enjoying not being inside.
Okay.
You know.
We're also
Now,
cold
for
and
the-
muddy.
Yeah, you guys are also cold and muddy. Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Nat, what about yourself?
Yeah, she'll stay inside.
Okay. You gonna try to get rid of the mud? 'Cause it's fucking cold.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you wash up or you just go ask Sin?
I'll ask Sin first, but
Okay. You head up there and he's currently like leaning back on his chair, kind of reading something. And he looks over and just starts laughing his ass off as you walk in the room, just like caged in this thick, near frozen mud. And he just laughs, almost falls out of his chair, like, you know, because he's kind of leaned back and like it's like teeters for a moment. And he like balances himself. Yes, he balances himself. And he just laughs and he snaps his fingers, and you're clean.
thank you,
And he
Sin.
continues to laugh. He's like, thank you. Idiot. And he goes back to his reading.
And goes back downstairs.
Okay. Cletus, you're sitting around waiting for a little bit, and you notice that the clouds are starting to form back up again. And there's a moment where you're like, oh shit, like, it looks like it's going to start raining again. Like, oh god, I hope they get back. And then you hear coming around the corner as you see Conrad and Korn running towards the squawking box.
Guys, taking your sweet time. Let's go.
Yeah, no, Conrad's booking it as fast as he can.
You guys make it inside.
And
Please,
you know,
please follows them inside.
yeah, Conrad kind of leans back, like closes the door, leans back against it, goes like, "Whew."
Let's
And
light on fire.
Yeah, Conrad like does that by the fire.
Wait, what?
Wait, what are you guys doing?
Corin takes off his bear cloak and kind of wraps it inside of it. So it's nice and warm and fluffy.
Okay.
Actually, now that we're safe, can Conrad do a nature check on the animal to see what it is?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a nature check.
Corin would do so as well then.
Okay. You guys have never seen an animal like this ever. It looks canine in like its form, its skin. There's no fur on it. It's just skin. And
I
it's
assume we're like right here. Yeah.
and it's covered in, like, as you touch it, it just kind of feels ashy. And like, you know, it's kind of moist and stuff. Like there's a little bit of dirt and like moisture and cold clump to it. Yeah.
Guys, we have a puppy.
So what is this, Goran? Like, why'd you want to go looking?
Well, basically, I wanted some help with my performances, and what's better help for performance than co-host? So I thought I'd get some kind of animal to help me, and this
But
is
like,
perfect.
how'd you know it'd be out here?
I didn't. I just searched for anything.
Actually, I
Conrad
was
kinda
literally
size.
find the first animal he could find.
Actually, I was kind of hoping for a toad, but this is fine as well.
Conrad
This
just
is
kind of
even
like
better.
rolls his eyes, but like, you know, kind of like, you know, like the fact that they almost died. But like, you know, he just kind of like can't regain himself. Like, well,
Nat's gonna take a look at it. The little creature.
Okay.
well, at least this thing will be warm and fed now. It's your responsibility, Corn. Conrad looks at Corn like, seriously.
Of course. He's gonna be
Okay.
my new partner.
You guys hear from behind your shoulder, Lady Catmara. What do you guys got over there?
So, what's the extra pay for keeping a puppy?
She looks behind her. She looks back over. Get it up to your room now. Don't show it to Felton.
Conrad, I guess, would do so.
You gather it up and you take it up to your room.
So, while all of this is happening, does it show any signs of life or anything?
It's breathing. It's still like kind of weak and stuff like that. I mean, you guys just got it inside.
Yeah, so Conrad, I assume these are like the fireplaces over here.
Yeah.
So Conrad, take it by there.
You just like probably keep it in your lap or something, kind of sit kind of close to it.
Well, Conrad's gonna put it like, or actually wait, wherever corner it is. So like Conrad's gonna basically keep it in like a nice like warm bundle and like put it near the fire.
Okay. Well, I
But,
mean,
like, he's like,
you got to remember, Conrad, you can get pretty close to the fire.
well, no. I'm not saying like that. I'm saying like basically like he's gonna set it down, but like it's he's leaving corn to take care of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you set it up in a little bundle and laid it on the ground. And as you're moving it and stuff like that, you still keep getting this like the black soot and just nastiness on your hands.
You kind of
Not
do
great.
like.
Go-
Yeah. Do you know what this is? Kind of like kind of points to his like soot.
Next checks it out.
What do you sniff it, lick it?
I'll poke it, maybe. Not even poke it, but just like
You poke Conrad's blackened hand.
no, the tiny little creature, but like very gently.
Are you touching the creature or his hand? Because he's showing you his hands
Oh
right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
you
you're
kind of
poking your hand?
What kind of check would that be?
nature.
I guess Kara would do it as well, but like, yeah.
Okay, it's not a super high DC, and you guys have dealt with this, especially Nat. This is a very familiar smell to you. It smells burnt. It smells like burnt, like charcoal, coal, like just burnt.
Can Corin determine whether it's coming from the creature or if the creature's just burned?
I mean, you could try washing it off, maybe.
Speaking of washing off, that's what Cletus is doing right now.
Oh, okay.
Some kind of charcoal, maybe? That's what Nat is telling them.
While this is happening, Corin will just tend to the creature and do his best to, like, drip
Okay.
feed in some water.
Yeah, it does not move. It does not take food or water. It just seems to be resting and warming up. You do notice as like the first hour rolls by that it starts to like move and its breathing gets a little bit more regular. It seems like the fire and the heat is like really helping it. Like it was really cold when you found it, but it still
Corin
seems like
lies-
it's struggling.
Corin lies right next to it and just takes care of it as best as possible.
You do notice getting close to it, its body temperature is rising. More so than you feel like a dog would have.
I
it's
think
starting
we've
to
got
feel hot.
ourselves a magic fire dog.
That's like,
Do you want to do an Arcana check?
yeah.
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check. Corin. You've heard tale of many strange creatures and stuff in your past when you're traveling with, the stuff that you were in. And you've heard tale of many creatures, not just of the mortal plane, but also the other planes. The elemental chaos, the astral sea, the Shadowfell, and especially the Feywild. A few things start immediately making your brain tick. The soot, the canine shape, and the heat now slowly building up in this animal. You think this might be a hellhound pup?
How dangerous would that be?
Depends. They are pretty. I'll go ahead and let me just pull this. They can be pretty intelligent, smarter than your average dog. You've heard of other creatures from the Feywild and stuff like that are animals, but they're almost can sometimes have the intelligence level of like some average people. This is one of them.
Okay.
And from what you've heard is hellhounds are never a good sign because they're always connected to devils and the nine hells. There are two types of creatures that carry the name hellhound. There it is an entity from the elemental chaos that has no tie-ins whatsoever with the Nine Hells whatsoever. You think that this is the latter, the version of the Hellhound that does come from the Nine Hells, because they are known to be black hounds. They are trained to be guard dogs. They are trained to be very vicious, nasty, and they are very vicious creatures.
But considering it's still a puppy, it's still something you could train.
You don't know.
Well, Conrad's gonna try.
Cletus is standing by this fire. He's hung up his cloak. He has his armor off. He's just standing in his underwear, admiring the fire.
And Sin finally just kind of looks over, like, what the fuck are you guys doing over there?
Corn found a puppy.
What are you
and
doing
I
over
found
there?
my clothes.
And that's like, what are you doing over there?
Stuff.
We're doing stuff. She turns to the back to the little pup.
Is anyone currently looking at Sin?
I guess not.
I mean, since he talked to me, I was.
Okay, he disappears.
Okay. I look back at the fire then.
Conrad's gonna go and grab a bottle of wine. But he'll be back.
Okay, he immediately poofs up over here.
Yeah.
He's like, huh, that is a strange little animal. Go ahead and mark off the money for it, Conrad.
Yeah. Just for brevity's sake, he's gonna get a bottle of wine and come back.
Okay, yep.
5 gold, right?
She takes your money and she smiles. She says, just, make sure it doesn't fuck up the carpets.
Yeah. I'll definitely it's
And
going to responsibility.
Felton kind of looks over, raises his eyebrow, and the cat looks back. Don't you mind, old man? And he just kind of goes back to what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Felton was there. Okay, yeah. And Sin begins to examine it.
I think it's some kind of hellhound.
Hellhound, Conrad says as he enters.
Yeah, this is probably most up your alley.
Oh.
He's
doing
still
out here?
mine, but
What'd you say, Conrad?
What's it doing out here?
And Sin
Just
shrugs
a-
his shoulders. He's like, from what I can tell from Elois, a lot of things from a lot of places end up here. Usually by accident.
I mean, look at us.
Yes, Corn, you are the epitome of an accident. And he continues to just examine the pup.
That's what my parents told me.
Corn,
Yes.
go to the other room real quick.
Okay.
Nat, plug your ears.
I'll drop the headphones.
It's just gonna be a quick second. Corn, as you try to remember back to your parents, it's muggy, it's murky. You can't remember your parents' face. You know you have parents, and you do say that story, but then you realize that there's no memories connected to it.
Like, floorboard it walks on.
Yeah. That was
Kind of spaced out for a second.
Yeah, Sin finishes looking at it, and he picks it up in the bundle, and he walks over to you, Conrad.
Yes?
He said, here, take that and put it in there.
Where is he pointing at?
Pointing at the fireplace.
Conrad kind of goes over the fire pits and goes you said this is a hellhound, right? Like, you're looking at them?
If he gets hurt, I swear, Sid.
I mean, trust me or don't. And he continues to just walk over towards this.
Sadly, I actually do.
Yeah, Conrad puts it in the fire.
Okay, Conrad, you reach into the fire.
Mhm.
And within moments, whatever cloth that you had wrapped him up in begins to catch a flame.
Of course,
Well,
yeah.
I'm gonna mark up that bear pelt cloak.
Yeah. And immediately, you feel the warmth from the fire, Conrad, but, for you, not an issue. and you feel the heat building up in your hands.
Mm-hmm.
And where you would just, you're kind of like hesitant and you're freaking out, like, oh god, am I killing a puppy? You feel some movement in your hand, and then as it leaps out of your hand, and this small darkened pup now has a little bit of flame trailing off of its back end, and it's now jumped onto the ground and full of life and starts growling and backing itself into the corner right over here between the bookshelf and the fireplace, and it's growling. Just
Conrad's gonna back up just to kind of give it some space.
Nat's like, aw.
Corn
Guys,
pulls
Where's
out
Corn?
rations, lays it in front of it, and moves back.
yeah.
it just continues to sit there and growl, and just kind of like just keeps an eye on all of you, just kind of staring around, kind of sniffing around the air, just looking very scared and defensive.
Can you speak to it, Corn?
Yeah, I was about to say, does Corn understand anything, or is it just...
You
Bottom.
do not understand anything it's saying.
Cletus grabs a blanket and is just watching this.
I think it might not talk the language I know.
Oh.
You hear Sin whisper or yell over your shoulder. He's like, "Why don't you have the devil try to pet it?"
Conrad goes like, I assume you mean me?
I mean, we only got 2 horny boars. Has to be one of you.
Conrad rolls his eyes and he just kind of slowly approaches it.
You slowly approach it and it growls. Do you get closer?
Conrad actually kind of asks, you guys mind backing up a sec?
Sure.
Conrad will just kind of have his hands up. Well,
Okay.
what does it do?
Still just kind of arced back, just kind of like backed up against the corner.
Okay.
Corn pulls out his violin and starts playing a really soothing tune.
The moment you start playing it, it growls louder.
Okay, stop right away. Oh, it doesn't like music.
Yeah, probably not good for you. Conrad is gonna... What would be animal handling? Like, nature check?
Nature.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Do you try to go in and pet it or touch it?
Yeah, very gently, like, not like,
Okay.
yeah.
You slowly reach in and, continues to growl, and you get like a foot away.
Mm-hmm.
Half a foot away, and it continues to back up, and there's a moment where it kind of like settles down a moment, and you're like, okay, I got this, and you continue to reach out, and it lunges out and bites your hand. You take 3 damage of fire and bite attack,
So just bite.
and you instinctively yell out.
Yeah.
And what the rest of the party sees is a quick flicker of fire coming from Conrad's eyes as he says something very dark and coarse, very brutal sounding, very guttural, in a language that none of you know. And just out of instinct, Conrad, you just use your infernal wrath on it.
What?
What? Okay.
And it rebukes the animal on the ground, and it just kind of like shakes its head real quick, and it just lays down on the ground in a very submissive position.
So 2 things. One, because of his fire resistance, it's only just a bite, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 3.
Conrad, but you don't realize that you said anything crazy. You just said "fuck."
Yeah, exactly. Motherfucker!
Yeah.
Oh, that fucking hurt. Conrad says like I assume normal speak.
Yeah.
What did you just do?
What do you mean? What did I just do? The thing bit me.
It sounded like you casted some sort of spell, and look at it. I mean, it's still better than being aggressive, but
You guys hear a guttural whimper coming from the hellhound. Conrad, you recognize a soft whisper enter in your ear saying, "Sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry."
You okay? Kyle will try to respond to it.
What do you say?
Yes, are you okay?
You guys hear Conrad say that, and the dog just continues to sit kind of like in the submissive position, just kind of like down, just like, okay, please don't kill me.
I'm not gonna kill you. We saved you.
No response. You're speaking just regular, just to let you know.
Well, okay, well, as I said, he tried to communicate it with the way he said.
Don't know how. It was an instinctive reaction.
Did Karen recognize it's some sort of different language that Conrad just used?
Yeah, you guys recognize that when Conrad snapped back and after the puppy bit him, he said something in a different language you have never heard before.
Conrad, I think you used a different language just before.
Did I? Like, can Conrad do indulgence? See if he did.
You have no clue.
We all heard it. Certainly something we don't usually hear you speak.
Was it infernal? Because that would kind of make sense.
Doesn't infernal not exist in 4E?
Remember, it's been kind of house ruled that Supernal's broken up in between Infernal and
I know,
Celestial.
yeah, okay, yeah. How do I do that again, though? Conrad says, kind of confused.
Sin?
I don't fucking know. I got the puppy awake. I can't fucking solve all you guys' problems.
No, didn't you have some way of understanding different languages or something?
I do, but that costs money. And I don't know if it's gonna work on... I mean, what do you guys want?
Give us the ability... You go first.
Okay. I just spoke a different language. How do I speak it again?
I don't know. How you spoke it the last time?
I was hurt badly, Conrad said.
Well, Cletus, get on it.
Wait, what?
What do you want me to do? Oh,
It
okay.
hurt him.
Come here, Conrad.
No, I did not agree to this.
Corin will...
I'll do a light attack. It won't hurt that much.
Pretty sure that's not gonna work.
As I slip on my new spiked gauntlet.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, in my mind, I'm sitting there picturing Cletus, doing the hand-fisted clap kind of thing, but it's spiked gauntlets. I'm just gonna give you a little tap, dude. Just a little love tap. Come on, man.
It's worth a shot.
Fuck off, Cletus, Conrad yells.
Try giving some food to show that you don't mean any harm.
Conrad does so.
There's a piece of meat sitting a foot behind you.
Yeah, Conrad will try to offer it the meat.
You reach down and you kind of put it by it, and there's a slight pause before it kind of sniffs at it and slowly grabs at it and tugs away at it from your hand.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose you let go.
Yeah.
Kind of brings it back into the outermost reaches of the corner, and it's kind of keeping its butt against the fireplace, and it just starts to slowly chew on it.
Well, what languages do you know, Conrad?
Elven and Goblin, that's about it.
Do we know anyone who could maybe communicate with it properly?
So, Conrad just kind of look at the group So,
Pain.
actually, Payne probably could know something about that. Why don't one of you guys get her over here?
Cletus will go get Pain.
First he wants to give pain, now he gets pain.
Cletus is like, let me go get pain. Wait.
Which room is she on the 3rd floor?
He'll tell her on the floor.
Okay. You tell him which room it is.
Yeah.
Okay. I go up there.
Okay. You go up there, and you are standing in front of Payne's door.
I knock on her door. Excuse me?
Do. You hear the heavy footfall walking towards the door. Almost kind of quick. Like, do. And the door opens up very quickly, and you see Payne standing there with, like, a really excited face. And she immediately goes, oh. She's like, what do you want?
Corin found a hellhound, and Connor
And
thinks
she
she
immediately
might be able
runs
to
right
talk to it.
past you. She... Go ahead and give me an athletics check. Or a strength check.
Just shoulder check him.
Yeah, you fall to the ground.
Damn it.
She knocks you back a good 5 feet, and she just right down the stairs. And with
Yell at her, it's in our room!
just keeps going. And within another second, you see Payne enter your guys' room.
Nat backs up.
Hi, Bane.
She walks by you and kind of caresses your face real quick with her tail, and she's like, "Where is it?" Like her body is doing one thing, and her tail's doing another thing.
It's a puppy.
And she's like, "Oh, I've never seen one this young. The training fields were always, deep within the Nine Hells, and my incursions never went that deep."
Isn't he cute? Can we keep
No,
him?
he'll kill you. And she just smiles with her sharp teeth. She's like, "Oh, those things, yeah, they're rough."
Yeah, like, it was weird. Like, I was trying to, like, pet it just to make sure, like, because it was starting to back off for a second. And then, like, it bit me. I fucking, like, cursed. And then, like, I did Infernal Wrath on it. And it's just kind of been like this, submissive.
No, did you unleash your, okay. Well, yeah, I mean, of course it's probably going to be scared. Its masters are usually devils.
Yeah, like, I also apparently spoke something really weird. The comment says, like, looking to the rest of the group.
She has a raised eyebrow looking at you. She has no fucking clue what you're talking about.
Like, I guess
Okay,
I spoke in another language.
Oh. Well, I don't know anything about that.
Like, they were thinking it might be infernal.
No, I mean, what did it sound like? And she goes and says a word, and it's very reminiscent of what Conrad just said.
Sounds similar.
What's that?
Oh, I didn't know you could speak Infernal, Conrad.
I don't.
She just looks at you with like an eyebrow raised, like, okay, well,
felt a little instinctual. It was weird.
that's usually something that's not instinctual. It's usually learned.
Yeah.
But besides that, it looks cute, but I'm not gonna touch it. So what
Yeah,
do you guys
so-
need?
Like, I guess we're just wondering how to deal with it. Like, what do we do? Like, because it's just kind of cowering there.
Well, I mean, it'll either warm up to you or not. I'll just let you know they can be they can be
Warm
rough.
up. Ha.
She's like, "Can I touch it?"
It bit me, but maybe I'll like you.
She reaches for it, and it looks at her and kind of cowers a little bit, and she gets close, and it bites her. And she, like, kind of picks it up halfway, like its front paws are off the ground. She's like, "Oh, it's adorable." And she just kind of boops it on its nose, like, pretty hard. It's like, boop. And, like, it's like, it backs up a little bit. And she's like, "Oh, it's a little cutie."
I wanna pet it too.
She's like,
Easy,
"Sure,
Corn.
go ahead and pet it."
Can I do a nature check to see if it?
Just reach out for it.
Okay, Corwin carefully reaches out for it.
When it gets close, it's going to bite you.
Corwin will let it happen.
It bites you, and you suffer 4 points of fire damage.
Yeah, that's fine.
Are you going to continue to let it gnaw on you?
Yep.
Okay, another round.
And he will lightly stroke it on the face while this happens.
It goes to bite at your other hand.
Alright, Corin just like yanks him off.
No, Corin will let it happen.
Okay.
Well, no, Corin's yanking you off of it.
Okay, give me strength versus reflex.
Yeah.
Okay.
1 sec.
Okay, you go to grab for Corn, but he flutters out of the way.
Corin, it's just gonna eat you if you just keep on letting it bite you.
And it does another 4 damage to you.
Corin lightly snips it on the snout, like painted.
Okay. You do it lightly, it continues to bite you. You take another 3 points of fire damage.
You're also forgetting the bite damage.
Bad dog. Now a bit
And
stronger,
there's-
like.
Okay. It bites you for another 4 points of damage before it backs up and huddles back into the corner. Its mane is raised up, the fire's kind of like spiked up, and if you get it close again, it's going to continue to bite you.
Stop pissing it out, Corin.
Oh, but I want.
Corin, give me a wisdom check.
Yeah.
This is an animal that you could train. Is it a
Okay.
lovey-dovey, cuddly type of animal? From your knowledge of what you know from hellhounds, it's not that type of animal.
Yeah, but still trainable.
It's still trainable. You get the sense that for what you want it to do, not so much. Hellhounds tend to have a lot of traits that devils have. So you get the sense that, yeah, you found a creature, but you might be better off for what you're trying to do to find something else.
Corin slightly backs off, kind of defeated looking.
It's okay, buddy. I pat Corin on the back.
You suffer 1 point. I'm just kidding. You suffer 3 points of psychic damage for self-esteem. No. But Corn, I will say, like, with how quickly you found that, you have a feeling that, if there's another break, and you had a little bit more time to search, you'd probably be able to find something over in those woods.
I guess I'll try looking again.
That's what two nat ones and a D100 gets you.
Seriously?
2 nat ones and a D100 roll with that roll to 100.
It's on you.
Well,
Corin will
You were
look at
yeah,
Conrad and say, please take good care of it, and flutter over to the window to see what the weather's doing.
okay. Conrad just kind of looks at it.
just kind of continues to chew on the little bit of meat that it has. It's kind of sniffing around a little bit, but it doesn't. Like, if any of you guys make any motion, it kind of immediately locks on you and just kind of stays back.
Yeah, so I guess Conrad will just kind of like, I guess, not exactly. You'll kind of keep a healthy distance away where it won't growl at him. So he'll kind of pull up a chair and just watch it.
Okay, it's not so much growling at you.
Okay.
I mean, it still gets very cautious when you move, but it's not like growling at you anymore.
By the way, is Pain still here?
She's kind of watched, and she kind of puts her hand on your shoulder as you sit down. She's like, "I'll see you tomorrow."
Okay.
Seems
yeah,
like-
does this thing speak Infernal as well?
Well, I mean, they naturally learn Infernal, but they can learn any language.
Oh.
I've heard they get smart enough that they can actually communicate with their owners in Infernal.
Wow. Maybe you can teach me a few things.
I could teach you many things. And she slaps you on your face a little bit. She's like, "I'll see you tomorrow."
See you tomorrow.
Looks like Daddy's busy. And she just kind of chuckles to herself and walks out the door.
I wait until she's out of the door, and then I whisper to Conrad, like a big fist.
Conrad just like kind of looks at him and just like shakes his head.
Just staring at the puppy.
How's the weather looking?
It's starting to return back to the rain and stuff like that.
So what are you gonna do with it, Conrad?
I just guess keep an eye on it. Just try to, care for it.
Okay.
I mean, it could be a really big help in battle if we are gonna keep it.
Corn, a part of your nature check, you understand that the mature rate of this type of creature is pretty quick.
It's probably gonna grow up pretty soon and be a force to reckon with.
Wow. I mean, I kind of feel responsible too. I mean, we kind of saved it, and
Me
Would have probably
too,
would've
but
died
it
without us.
doesn't like me.
sorry, Corin.
Cletus is gonna go into the bathroom. He's gonna get out his big cooking pot, fill it with water, and then bring it back into the room. I'm gonna put it right here. And say, guys, if it lights anything on fire, watch her to put the fire out.
Okay.
I know how you like fires, Nat, but I don't want the squawking box to go up in flames. I don't think Lady Cat would be very happy with this.
Nat, you could care less. Not about what he said about the fire.
Okay. That gets a little bit closer.
I growls a little bit.
They're probably best not to get too close now.
Cletus heads back downstairs.
Okay. I know, Corin. I'm sorry. When you told me you were doing this, I set up a chart of all the possible animals you could get.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. There was a couple that could have ended up super deadly too. I mean, this one technically still could. Okay. Does anyone else want to take care of anything else today? It is about, at this point, it's about 3 or 4 in the afternoon, and the rain is back to full force blown.
Corin's basically be kind of watching and taking care of the dog, just trying to gauge it and see how it reacts to him.
Okay.
Corin will alternate between looking out the window and fluttering over to Conrad, just looking over his side, because he also feels responsible for it, even if it doesn't like him.
Okay. Nat?
Yeah, if they need help, I could. Yeah, she could stick around.
Okay. Cletus.
Cletus is gonna ask Lady Cat if I know I'm gonna butcher her name. The
Donatus?
cat lady on the Donopus is still in the mood.
She's everyone on the 3rd floor is apparently in preparation for something that's going on tomorrow.
Okay, then Cletus isn't gonna do anything today. And eventually eat dinner.
You look kind of down, and Kat looks at you and she says, "Don't worry, tomorrow will be better." And she just has a shit-eating grin on her face.
Okay.
Okay. After a few hours, it does the hellhound does start to settle down a little bit. It gets a little less growly. It's still kind of sticking close to the fireplace. You think it's not just a sense. Well, you guys kind of have it cornered in right now. So you get the sense like it's just staying there because 1, it's close to the fire, and 2, you guys kind of have it cornered. But you guys get to the point where moving around doesn't immediately cause like a full on like raised mane growling, but it still is very alert and cautious.
So what Conrad's gonna do during that time, as it starts to settle down, he's actually gonna motion the others to back off, and kind of give it more space to kind of go around the room. Kind of gonna move his chair right there.
Okay.
Yep.
It still kind of sticks to the corner, but it does seem to ease up as you guys give it a little bit of space.
Did Nat notice? Well, I guess it didn't really react to the fire part of the infernal wrath, but more the.
You have no clue whether it was the fire or the infernal speak. This is outside of your realm.
Such a cute puppy.
It's really not. It's more scary.
So was Nat if you get her
Well,
mad.
Yeah, just give me a second. You guys continue. All right. Technically, I guess I'm continuing. Anyone want to do anything else?
Still no change in weather?
No change of the weather. At this point, it is starting to get nighttime.
Did you?
Um,
Nat asked, "Did you decide on a name yet?"
Hmm.
Cletus realizing he's still in his underwear, goes back upstairs and puts his cloak back, his stuffed clothes back on.
But he just walked down the stairs.
you did not go outside of the squawking box in your underwear.
I know, I was in the room in just my underwear because I was
okay.
drying my stuff on by the
Okay,
fire.
got it. You didn't say any of that, so we had no fucking.
Yes, I did.
I didn't hear any of that.
I mean, he did say that he put on, his clothes over the fire and was.
Okay. Sorry, I did not hear that.
I didn't realize you went down to the bar in his underwear as well.
Okay, well, let's say you didn't.
Okay.
Yeah. Just to avoid some awkwardness.
Okay.
Some sneers and some jokes from Lady Cat.
Okay.
Okay, but dinner is rolled. It does roll around, and you guys are pretty hungry.
So what
Corin
do you guys
eats
bring
from
your
his
food?
rations.
Okay, what did you say, Corn?
Corin just eats from his rations, not going down.
Okay, go ahead and mark it off.
Yeah, actually, kind of just do that too.
Okay.
And it seemed like it's been enough time that the dog would be hungry.
I don't know. You'd have to check.
Conrad's gonna toss it a ration as well.
A lot of your stuff in your ration, you get the sense it probably won't eat.
But the meat,
But there's dried meat and stuff in it, and you just toss it to him, and he kind of sniffs it for a moment, and eventually grabs it and starts eating it up.
Worst part, he doesn't even like music.
sorry, Corin.
I actually had to look that up.
Maybe he'll love you in time. Nat says.
I mean, it kind of seems like that's gonna be hard. Conrad says, like, sadly, to Corin.
Corin's really defeated looking. As if he's seen a dream and suddenly a really mean guy in the sky shattered it.
I mean, I would say it's more like two invisible chunks of fake plastic or ivory decided that digital dice.
Gotcha.
You're both dads now. You gotta take care of the little hot dog.
Yeah, I mean, even if a child doesn't like a parent still needs to take care of it.
Yeah, Corin will still, but it's not gonna help him with the show.
You don't know. You just got it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if anyone's ever owned an animal before, sometimes, depending on the situation, it can take a little bit to warm up.
Yeah. Actually, Corin's gonna back up one more swim.
Okay.
My suggestion would be to call him Soot. Like Soot, but not.
He'll always be hot dog to me.
Okay, and just for a reference, it has a lot less fire and a lot more black, but this is what they look like when they are an adult. As soon as I can click it, because Corn's message. Okay, there we go.
Sorry.
I'm also gonna do a wisdom check as well for how best to approach training it.
Okay. Not quite sure.
Oh wow, that looks badass.
Corin would do so as well, considering he's still kind of invested.
Okay. No idea. You guys know how to train most creatures, but this is not most creatures.
Yeah.
Like, this is not your average natural beast.
Oh.
I'm just wondering because Conrad just kind of looks to the pair of them, right? Because this is a living thing, it needs care, but we're gonna have to kind of watch it tonight. They probably take shifts. Because even though it's still a puppy, it can still be dangerous.
Yeah, considering it's kind of on fire.
Yeah.
And as you guys are discussing this, you guys look over, and it does like a slight yawn, and it lays down.
Aww.
As it lays down, the fire slowly diminishes.
We should still watch it.
But
Okay,
every
it
once
wakes up.
in a while, like you see a little bit of fire going out of its nostril as it's snoring. Okay.
All right.
Anyone else doing anything for this evening?
Nope. But he's gonna suggest they take a watch order, watching it like at night.
Okay.
I think you should probably take last watch for it seeing the one it actually kind of likes when it wakes up.
Or just kind of pets corn.
You hear over your shoulders, "Guilt much?" coming from Sin.
Way to ruin a moment, dude.
That's what I'm here for.
I'm just happy for my friend.
There you go, Corn. That's better. Plus, isn't it all of our friends now?
Well, it depends.
Definitely.
It doesn't try to kill us yet.
I claim 1/7 possession of that puppy.
I'll buy your 1/7 possession for 10 gold.
You ain't got enough money for that. Who just dropped?
What?
Okay. He's back. Okay, so if none of you guys have anything to do this evening, we will do a time skip
Yep.
to go through some of the boring stuff. Those who are eating dinner at the Squawking Box, go ahead and mark off the 5 silver for that. Or 2 silver. Shit.
I think that's 5.
Yeah, 5 silver, I think. This is why I should always have this out.
Doesn't Conrad still have the crocodile meat? So some of his rations should be full meat and not just some
Oh,
meat.
that stuff is the stuff that was cooked.
Yeah.
Like that stuff is it's already spoiled.
Okay.
Okay.
Week-old cooked meat.
Yeah,
That's
Well,
been sitting in a bag.
I assume Connor would have tossed that out if he
Yeah.
realized it.
Well, for the most part, you guys ate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, Demosaries had like 3 rations of it when you guys cooked it.
Yeah. It was really hard to keep track of that because, I was just saying, here, eat it, guys.
Yeah. Well, let's just say,
Anyway.
for brevity, you guys ate it, because you guys didn't have to mark down your rations, and whatever was left, you guys just tossed it.
Yeah.
But it is 2 silver per for the meal. So anyone who's not eating rations, go ahead and mark off your 2 silver for your dinner.
Actually,
And-
Connor would probably ask someone to, probably Nat, if she could just fetch him food and he'll pay her for it.
Sure. He does that.
Okay, you do so.
I marked out the money, by the way.
And those who are eating from your rations, go ahead and mark that off. And you guys spend your evening kind of relaxing and stuff like that. And eventually, Cletus and Sin go to sleep. And the 3 of you guys are deciding what Corn, Nat, then Conrad.
Sounds about right.
Okay.
And Connor would ask them to wake him up if it does something.
Corn, on your watch, you kind of just sit at the edge of your pillow fortress and kind of stare at it. And after the first hour into your watch, it kind of wakes up and kind of looks around. And it kind of you kind of sit still and just kind of sniffs around the fire and stuff like that, kind of walks around, goes over to the bucket of water that Cletus brought in, kind of sniffs at it, sniffs the other side, lifts up its leg, and you see it pissing all over the bucket. Then it walks around, and you see it jump over to your guys' wash basin and start drinking out of it. Then jumps onto the fireplace and just kind of looks around, and it's now kind of above your guys' bed, and kind of looks around the room, kind of sniffs around, and just kind of curls up on the corner part of the hearth, up off the floor, and kind of on a perched place, and it just kind of lays back down and just kind of stares out in the room. And it's pretty dark in this room, but you get the sense it can see pretty well, and after a while it just goes back to sleep.
Once it went to sleep, Conrad will clean up the mess the puppy made.
It's foul. It's like mixed between urine with sulfur in it. It's not great smelling.
Yeah, but that's part of owning an animal.
You spend like the next 5 or 10 minutes, and as you get up to clean, it does kind of like peek at one eye open, but when you go back to your bed, it kind of relaxes again, and your watch continues with no movement.
I guess wake up Ned once the watch is over.
Okay.
Slightly poke her in the side, forehead, whatever is showing.
Yeah. My turn already?
Yeah, he did have a little looking around, a little wee, but that's about it. I don't think he likes Cletus wanting to douse it in water.
I think
Showed that quite.
you know he was just talking about if it makes any fires, I think.
Yeah.
What the fun in that?
Yeah. So it doesn't seem to like water, so at least it has something connecting it to you.
Just go to bed, Corin.
Corin goes to bed.
Okay. Now on your watch, nothing happens. Continues to sleep.
Yeah, and that's just watching it and making sure the fires are good.
Yeah. And time for third watch.
Hey, Dad, wake up. Your turn to watch the kid.
Oh gosh. Okay, Howard just kind of like gets ready and just kind of looks at it.
Okay. You see it. It's moved places. Now you see it up on the hearth. And yeah, she's sitting there laying down.
All right, he just watches it.
Now I take it you go to sleep.
Yeah. She'll look at it like for a few more minutes, and yeah, she'll say to Conrad, "It's funny. I was mentioning to Lele about maybe getting the kids a puppy, but this.
I don't think this would be. I mean, it seems like a bit more of an adult kind of pet than for children.
I won't argue with that." And then she goes to bed. Night.
Right.
Conrad, it does get up on your watch and just kind of like props its head on its front paws and just kind of stares at you.
Howard,
As you kind of stare at it.
yeah, he's just kind of staring at it as well.
And that's how your watch mostly goes. A couple of times he like nuzzles his head down and just like goes to sleep. And after like a little bit he'll wake up and kind of see you still staring at it, and it just kind of continues. And right towards the end of your watch, you see it jump down from the hearth and slowly start to approach you.
Howard just like watches it approach.
Aw.
And it kind of goes up to your leg and kind of like puts his side up towards like the bottom of your boot and just kind of pops down and lays down.
Conrad just kind of like he lets it like do that. He tries not to disturb it. He just kind of sits in a position where it's comfortable.
Okay. And sun slowly starts to rise. You guys awake, and we are going to take a break.
Yay!
What do you call the mixture of emotions of anger, happiness, and sadness?
Corin.
Sounds good.
I feel so bad, Corin.
Sorry, Corin. I know. It's just. Trust me, I had some cool shit on the list. Like, there were some fake creatures on there, too.
Yeah.
And, like, because I made a list, and there were 60 possible choices, depending on your nature and depending on the D100 roll.
I mean, Corin will still try again, considering his plan hasn't worked out yet, so another roll of the dice, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Corin. I feel so bad because, like, it's like, oh, maybe we should call her to do. I'm like, oh, what? That's why I kept saying, like, well, it's Corin's responsibility, but then it's like, oh no, Conrad should do this. It's like, okay.
I mean, Corn's still gonna take responsibility, but
Yeah, it's you glean that it's probably part of like some hereditary trait of them always being around devils. That it's something a little bit closer to home, and
yeah.
you know,
It's
you know,
sadly-
Conrad rebuking it in the way it did is, you know, more what it's used to.
Yeah.
Also, the part where it doesn't like music kinda makes a big dash through Corn's plans.
Especially like calming music and stuff like that. No, you'd honestly be better off playing heavy metal.
That's worth a try, actually.
Heavy metal with a violin, that'd be actually kind of interesting.
Do you know of Two Cellos? The
There's
Band?
a band called Apocalyptica. And it is a very famous cello band, and they mostly do Metallica songs. And they also do songs with like Corey Taylor and all this other stuff. And they do have a lot of pieces that are accompanied with violins. And metal with violins or cellos is amazing. I actually got to see them in concert.
Yeah, it sounds pretty cool.
Oh yeah, it was fucking badass. A full lineup of an orchestra setting of Metallica. You know, I was too young when Metallica did their whole orchestra shit. So, you know, it was pretty good.
This is basically what I did imagine it to be.
Too, as well.
Yeah, I
Also-
well, go
On
ahead.
the list, there was also a Fey Panther you could have got.
Don't spoil it. I can still get it.
You'd have to get another D100 or another 100 on D100 to get it.
It's possible.
It is. It is 100% possible.
Everything's 100% possible.
But you also got to remember that due to the climate and stuff like that, some animals are in hiding.
Yeah.
And this creature had the ability to last a little bit longer, but that's why it was kind of on death's door.
Yeah, that's also kind of the reason Corin was looking for animals at the point, because it was a higher chance of being something special.
Good logic.
I thought it was like gonna get activated by fire, and I was like, I might cast a fire spell on it. Then I remembered. All right, I pierce fire resistance.
You would have killed
Would
it,
it-
Nat.
Would it like Rime of Fire?
You don't know.
I mean, is it immune to fire or just resistant?
You don't know.
God damn it!
Plus,
So
this is a puppy. It's not like it has a shit ton of HP.
Yeah. I cast Fireball.
Boom, dead. But it has fire resistance. Well, I mean, fire resistance of 5 ain't gonna stop 20 damage.
I cast Meteor.
I wasn't gonna use magical fire on it.
So, when Corin wakes up, he will probably just see outside and go looking for another one.
But we have a thing that we don't know about tomorrow. That's gonna be something, maybe.
This is true.
And we have no idea
Also,
what it
Corin
is.
does- Yeah, but Corin will try to wake up early in the morning before anything happens, and
Well, I mean, you guys are waking up, you know, when I just said.
Yeah.
So, I'm good for there. I already rolled for it.
you activated my trap card with fire. Turns out Amiki's actually the puppy. That's her character.
I can tell you from a long-time veteran of D&D, having a pet in the party is never a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, they always die.
No!
I mean, you lucked out. You got a pretty cool animal. Most people have like a wolf or a bear. You know, you got a hellhound, so it's a little bit tougher than some, but I mean, well, Corin, you would understand from your amazing check on it that hellhounds, like, they get to the point where they can even breathe fire.
So basically, the pet that Ned and Conrad are gonna get when they finally marry.
I mean, you know, they're both kind of taken at the moment.
Amiki, why don't you like me?
Yeah, and the confusing part, though, is that there are literally two types of firehounds, or hellhounds. They're both called hellhounds, but one's from the elemental chaos, and the other one is from hell.
Would the one from the elemental chaos be nicer to Corin?
No,
Oh,
they're dumb.
dumb can be good.
They're just dumb, destructive creatures.
Oh. So like leaders.
Yeah, I would say more Daemissaries, but
Second you say that, clear she's a Borg.
So if we all got turned into dogs, what would the puppy turn into?
Bork!
Yes.
Alright, I'm back.
you guys all ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Did I get a Cletus? Yes. Did I get a Nat? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry, when you guys all said it, your voices almost kind of sounded it, and they kind of melded together. So I was like, "Wait, which one was which?"
Fusion.
Ha! Okay. You guys wake up. And immediately you hear the rain on the roof. Corn, you flutter over to the window, and it is fucking god awful.
Okay.
But you guys are all awake.
How's the puppy doing?
It's still resting up against your boot, and the moment that they all start like getting up and moving, it kind of goes towards, like, kind of goes underneath your chair.
Yeah.
It's like trying to stay out of sight.
Oh,
Probably best to give it some space, guys.
Get it? Warmed up to you? Hellhound?
Are there any accidents overnight?
No.
No.
Everything's fine.
Kind of surprised it didn't pee.
Maybe it just wants us to go later outside. I don't know.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go get some breakfast.
I'm guessing I'm rolling bluff for that.
If he wants to know if you're lying or not, it's on.
I did
Remember,
that.
bluff is a defensive thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Nat,
Hmm?
you mind getting me some food again and get something for the doggo?
Sure.
Thanks, and he answer the money for it.
Can you breakfast is free.
Okay, yeah. Never mind, yeah.
And since
Catch
like,
it
yeah,
for me, wench.
Thanks for the money!
since like, yeah, could you grab mine too?
Don't make a habit out of this. She's
course
looking
not.
at
You don't worry.
Well, it's not every time we'll find a hellhound, so yeah.
Oh, Sidney's not even close to the hellhound. He's just sitting over by his. He waddles over to his desk.
Well, no, I'm talking to Nat.
Yeah, she goes to get the food.
Corin comes with though.
Okay, you guys head downstairs, and Kat has already prepared all of your guys' breakfast. It's sitting there waiting. You see her moving boxes, and there are a couple of barrels that are now sitting kind of towards the bar, just off to the side. There are 2 casks.
Corin whispers to... Is Felton around?
No, he's not.
So, have you ever heard of a little thing called hellhound?
Oh yeah, I've killed plenty of those.
Have you ever tried petting one?
No. I'm not an idiot.
Corin looks at his bloody hands. Fair
I mean,
enough.
They're a little healed up now, but yeah, there's bruising and
Yeah.
Probably ash marks.
yeah. No. Once there's no more ash marks.
Cletus just digs into his breakfast.
It's delicious.
So, if we keep it, would we have to keep it outside, or how would we get Felton to accept it?
He never will.
So, outside it is.
I mean, you guys can hold off for a while, but nothing ever escapes Felton's, view for long.
Where do you think the pillows kept coming from?
I mean, wouldn't just a bit of, money sway him?
She just starts shaking her head no.
Thought so. Well, guess we need to buy a house.
Who's gonna take care of it when we're on quest, Corin?
Suits.
I brings the food upstairs.
Okay.
I mean, what's a better dog than a hellhound? Corin comes with Nat upstairs.
Okay.
Kyle will just say, you mind just setting it by me?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Kyle will kind of take his plate and then he'll kind of puts some food right by the chair end, where it's saying.
Starts gobbling it up.
So we might have a little problem in the future, considering Felton would probably not accept this little guy.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We gotta find some way to take care of it. I mean,
Definitely.
I was wondering what we can do.
We're basically its parents now.
Yeah. Plus, we got this party coming up, and I don't think we can just leave it here by itself.
I can't stay by it.
Corin, you have no fucking clue what party he's talking about.
What party?
The thing that's going on today.
Yeah, some barrels got moved up, I don't know. Don't really care.
Conrad, you're the only person who heard the word party besides Nat, and you didn't say anything.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I guess Demosaries is planning some sort of party, I think. I overheard him talking to Pat earlier.
Me too. That says.
Parties are temporary. This guy's probably gonna last a bit longer. So...
Very responsible of you, Corin.
Yeah.
I can be responsible if I care about something.
Too experienced for responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys enjoy.
I mean, if one of you guys got sick, I'd be responsible, for example. I mean, I will still draw dicks on your face, but I will be responsible.
Okay. I assume we finished our breakfast?
And it is delicious.
Mm-hmm. Nat, you want to check downstairs real quick and see what's going on?
Sure. It goes downstairs.
Okay. You head downstairs, and you see a face that you have not seen for a moment. You see Trey standing there.
Hey, Trey. Nat waves at him.
He turns, is like, raises his chin up like a bro chin, like, what's up? And he's like, morning.
Where have you been? I've been looking for you everywhere.
Placing supplies and stuff like that for the fall and winter. And I get back, and now apparently I'm gonna be busy all day.
Aw.
I don't know why you're complaining. You get to enjoy it too. And he picks up a giant box of stuff. It's a crate filled with different vegetables, things like that. And there's a few of them now stacked by the barrels in front of the bar, and he's taking them back into the back room behind the bar.
Does this mean we get to finally try your food?
You gotta wait.
Ah. Always keeping me waiting.
But before the door closes, you do hear the clattering and clinging and smells coming from the kitchen.
That takes a smell.
It smells even better than what normally gets cooked in the squawking box. Let's just... Your panties get a little moist from the smell. That's how good it smells. A cold shiver runs down your spine, but also a warm shiver runs up your spine. It's very weird.
Oh, God,
it's so tantalizing.
It's Food Wars all over again.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, this is a little bit... It's going into Food War territory right now. Yeah. And you see, after a moment, you see Cat Mare bringing out another cask. Now, mind you, these casks are bigger than Lady Cat, and she's basically carrying it with one arm, and she just sets it down on the ground. She goes back into the back room.
Do you need help, Lady Cat?
Nope, you just get in the way.
Alright.
So,
Is Felton at the bar?
Huh?
Is
Yes.
Felton at the bar?
Yes,
So-
he is currently, he is putting out, like, little crates of, like, glasses, silverware, and stuff like that.
So, Felton, what are we doing today?
Oh, apparently the big dumb one decided to... Oh. Well, I guess I probably shouldn't say anything.
Okay.
Nat goes back upstairs and
Give me an insight check, Cletus.
Yay!
Okay. So, what are you guys all doing? Nat?
Nat goes upstairs to, give them an update. Though she kind of looks like, oh, jeez. What kind of expression would she be making?
You probably walked in the room drooling. Mouth slightly agape, kind of staring off, like you're looking, but you're not really looking at anything in particular, and you're just like, oh god, that smells so good.
What's up with you, Nat? Comments is like kind of seeing her like that.
So, Trey's finally back, and I smelled some stuff that was coming out of the door, and it smelled very nice. she admits, like very nice. She's wiping the drool from her mouth.
I guess it is, yeah.
Cletus is just kind of practicing some moves in the ring, just trying to get a feel for it.
Okay. Conrad, I assume I know what you're doing. Corn, what are you doing?
Stay with Conrad and try to look after the puppy. Get it used to him.
Is anyone going to be doing anything special, or do you guys want to do a time skip?
I said
Time skip.
Time skip? Okay.
Nat's trying to decide if she's gonna get fancy for this, whatever that's happening.
Okay. A few hours roll around, and after like 2 or 3 hours, like the smells permeating from the kitchen fill the entire squawking box, and you all can't help but to do like every few, like just you wipe at your mouth, and there's just drool coming out of your mouth. Doesn't matter what you do, what you try to think of, or anything, you cannot stop drooling. And you're like, fuck, like, little bits at a time, but, you got to keep wiping it away. And and it gets to be around like 1 or 2. Actually, no, it's probably around 2 or 3 at this point. Before Cletus, you see the door to the squawking box, bust open, and in walks a near frozen Damasaries.
Again.
You also see Bomar and Bilmar. They
You
look
okay, buddy?
nowhere. They look nowhere near as bad as Damasaries. They look like they just walked in from a light breezy rain.
You okay, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good. Just give me a few moments. And he literally goes like right over the fire, and because of his mask, he's basically covering up the entirety of the hearth. And he's just like, okay, I'm good. Okay, that's better. And he looks over to the Dwarven brothers, and he's like, why don't you guys grab yourself a drink? And he looks over at Euclides, and he gives you like a follow me gesture.
I follow him.
And he starts going up the stairs. And at this moment, you see Daylock walking from his room down the hallway. And Daemon Ares looks over and sees him, and he does the same, like, over the top, like, follow me! And you guys go into the room. Kind of like just the, yeah, let's go, guys! Like, yeah, and you guys watch as Cletus, Daemon Ares, and Daylock come into the room.
Hi, guys.
Okay, Daylock, this might look strange to you,
Daylock
but
goes, hello, oh my god, what is that?
it's a puppy.
That is evil.
You're evil.
No, that is a creature of evil.
It seems okay for now. It's a youngling. Actually, can
No.
I do what? We'll check with that BDL to see if it's evil.
You don't know, but you guys do know that Daylock tends to know these things.
Hang on, I'll message you something, Damon.
Okay?
But you can go on.
I mean, a certain someone's basically of evil descent, and he's fine, so why wouldn't this guy be?
Kind of, Conrad.
Shit.
Yeah.
God damn it, Damon.
It's a tricky situation, Conrad.
I mean,
But
I-
Daylock stays a good distance away from it.
yeah.
And he's like, well, I mean, I guess as long as you guys keep an eye on it, just if it does anything, just be sure to kill it. And he
I'm
looks
keeping
kind of
an eye.
disgusted at it.
I'm keeping an eye on it. Just,
And
I hold my hammer up and be like, okay.
Davis
Easy.
Ares sees it, and he's like, oh, cutie! And he runs over there and
easy, Damon Sarah, so you guys stop him.
slides into... Okay, you want to try to stop him?
Nah, he's like holding his hand up. He's not. I'm not sure what Corn's doing, but Conrad's holding his hand
Persuasion.
up.
If
Okay, well, he's
necessary.
already... This is going to require a physical stop because he's already started to slide onto the floor.
Oh,
Toward
Conrad
the
doesn't physically
puppy.
stop him then.
That's gonna help physically stop him.
Okay, give a
Thar will
strength
do
check.
first one.
Give one strength check, Conrad.
Okay, yeah.
Since you were the first one to say it, and Corn and Nat will assist.
Okay.
You cannot stop him.
Damn it.
And the puppy immediately starts growling and starts biting on his hand. And damn,
Damn,
Sarah's like,
Sarah.
ow! It's so cute! Ow! It's so cute! Ow! Okay, ow, okay! And he backs away. He's like, oh, fuck a duck! Oh!
Yeah.
Praise
Shabbat
be
give us some
Corn!
space.
Ah,
We warned you.
I know, but it's so precious.
I know, right?
God, that thing could rip a man in half. Oh!
I think it ripped their hearts in half first, then the hands.
Oh no, definitely the throat. Definitely the throat first. Oh, kind of grips his hand a little bit. He's like, "Oh, but that's not what I'm here for." So, guys,
Hmm.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Take your time.
Just pauses there for a moment, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, I'm throwing us a party.
Cool.
From now until tomorrow, you all do what I say."
Woo!
Should we be
Okay.
worried?
No.
And he points over to you, Nat. Yes.
Okay.
Woo!
Okay, I'm worried.
And he looks towards the rest of you guys, and he's like, "Okay, you guys got about an hour to get ready. You know, you don't have to be fancy if you don't want to be, but we will be having guests. So party
Where will this be?
Woo!
Where will this be? Conrad says, like,
right in here."
oh, okay.
That
Well,
might be an
folks,
issue.
Guest in our room?
Oh no, he's gonna be maintaining the bar.
Oh, thank goodness. Conrad says,
Woo!
Kind of precarious situation.
a little bit, yeah. I mean, Conrad's kind of like, he's kind of got his hands up, like,
We kind of got a
Yeah.
baby in here.
Oh, it's okay.
I mean, maybe someone of those special people can help us. I don't know.
Sin goes over here and starts doing something over by this area. He starts pulling out salts and charcoals and stuff like that, and he starts making a circle on the ground by the fire.
Mhm.
He's like, "I'll take care of it."
okay, what do you want me to do?
Well, you guys could pay me 50 gold for this.
Sure, just like,
Yep.
make sure it's safe and okay.
I got it.
So,
Cletus is gonna polish his armor and his hammer.
Corin, are we going 50-50 on this?
I got him. I'll pay for it. I told
Okay.
you. I'll take care.
Okay, Sin quickly pockets the money. And he continues, and he's like, "Okay, bring everything that for the dog for the night over to here."
Conrad will pick up the dog first.
Okay.
And actually, does it allow me to pick it up?
Yeah, it does. It's a little hesitant, but by the time you get your arms under it and start lifting it, there's that little sense of like submission.
Mhm.
And he just kind of goes semi-limp.
He kind
Aw.
of like slightly pets it while he picks it up.
Okay.
And
You would normally be burnt by the little bit of fire trailing off of it, but not to you.
so he'll bring the dog over, and he'll bring out. He'll give it 3 food rations, and he'll probably let's see what else do I have. Guess Guess we can't. Can I get fire with it? I don't know how to do that.
Wait, what?
I'm like wondering if I should light a torch and put it by it, like in that thing.
Well, I mean, he's made the circle around the fire,
Oh, okay. No.
around the hearth, and like he's basically. He's basically making a circle like shit. It was a shitty circle, like that.
Okay. And Nat, kind of look to the other guys. Did it drink water at all, like when we were watching it?
Yeah, it's to bring some from our wash basin.
Kyle will take like I guess like a little bit of it and like put it in a bowl or something like that.
Save time. You guys set up a little like food dish, water
Yeah,
dish, some bedding and stuff like that. And Sin finishes, and you guys see these runes glowing around the area. He's like, "Okay, now no one can go in and no one can get out."
Okay.
Can Corin, before he finishes,
He
try?
finished it.
It's already too
I
late.
mean, you can try to enter it.
Well, if he says no, you mean like nothing can get in, so I couldn't, or how does it work?
I set it to nothing can.
Okay.
I mean, you can force your way in. It's probably hurt you, and then you'll dispel it. But
Yeah.
Should
but-
Probably best just to leave it alone for now.
yeah.
Thanks, Sam.
he's like, "Well, I mean, you gave me the gold for it." And he hobbles back over to his workstation.
Whew, that kind of takes a load off my mind.
Once Cletus is done polishing his stuff, he's gonna head downstairs.
Yeah. So ready to party then, guys?
As you go to leave the rooms, Daemissaries is going to charge for the door to block your way. Yes.
Damn, serious, what's
You want me to
wrong?
wait?
We stay in here, okay? This is the party central. We're not
Hey,
allowed to leave party central until the night is done.
Okay.
Or at least until we all get too drunk to remember that rule.
I'm getting extra. I'm getting extra worried now.
I could use a regular night. That sounds good to me.
And Daemosaurus plops on his butt on the ground, and he's not wearing pants. So you guys are seeing a lot of stuff you probably don't want to see.
That we already seen, but we don't want to see.
You've already seen, yeah.
I'm
He's
putting out
straight.
pants.
Well, I mean, are you guys going to try to go for the door again?
No, Cletus sits on his
No, we won't. Just stand up.
He slowly stands up and creeps back over to his bed, like keeping an eye on everyone. And he goes and grabs his regular pants and like stumbles with it. Let's see. Yeah, he falls on his ass, like just dick flopping in the air as he falls, trying to quickly put on his pants. He's like, "Fuck!" He struggles with it, gets it, then tumbles onto his hands and knees, and he's like looking around to see if anyone tried to go for the door. And he's like, "Okay," and he just goes back and stands by the door.
We won't go through the door. Relax.
He's taking this very serious. This is probably the most serious you've yet to see him.
So I guess they wait.
Yes. Now, are you dressing up into your dress?
Yeah, she'll go in here.
Okay.
She was like, "Yeah, fine. I'll get ready. Give me a moment."
What if we have to go to the toilet?
Emissaries is at the door, Nat.
This door?
Yeah, you can't leave.
The door's here. Shoot. Wow, it's gonna really be like that.
The emissaries, you mind just letting her go out and change?
I mean, we haven't looked at her any other time she's changed, so why would it matter now?
Alright. Howard just kind of turns away.
And then he like looks at everyone. Wait, have you guys been looking at her when she's changed?
No.
No.
Okay, then what's the problem?
I mean, you can try to change under a blanket or something if you...
Now Daemosaurus is keeping his eye out to see if any of you guys watch to see if while she changes.
Oh, you guys are the worst.
No, we don't.
Okay.
Fine.
He's gonna keep a natural 20 on his perception check. So you guys need to let me know right now if you guys try to sneak a peek at Nat.
Nope. I even have my token facing away.
Corin had the chance more than enough, and he didn't take it, so...
Yeah, I know. This is a very serious matter for Daemosaurus. She's in charge today.
She waits till everyone turns around and then she changes.
Daemosaurus doesn't turn around. He's kind of like keeping his eye on everyone, but you can clearly tell he's not looking at you.
You guys are so weird. She just puts it on.
You do so.
Alright, all done. You can look now.
Okay.
She just plops on her back on the bed.
Okay. Maureen, is any of you guys going to be doing anything besides just getting dressed?
No.
Okay. About another hour rolls around before a knock is at your door. And Daemosaurus opens it up, and he peeks in, and he's like, he kind of looks at you guys, he's like, "It's time." And he opens up both of the doors, and standing there, you see Lady Cat, Trey, Donathus, Tyriok, Payne, the brothers, basically everyone at the smithing place and within the squawking box, minus Felton, who's downstairs. They're all here.
Oh, nice.
And each of them are carrying large trays of food, besides the dwarfs, who are rolling in 2 casks of the ale. Or 2 casks. And they are large casks.
That sounds like my kind of party.
No Raylon or Demero. None of the Platinum Band are here.
Well, besides Zayla.
I'm guessing Yolan's
Well,
also
yeah.
not here.
Yeah, anyone who is still not here, the only new addition since the Thar is literally Trey. That is it.
Just making sure.
Welcome to our room.
Lady Cat like walks past you. She's like, "It's my room. You're just renting it," and she just continues over to the table.
I know, I'm being courteous.
No, be courteous and go help them with those cask of ales. And you look out by the door entrance, and there's a few casks sitting out there with a
No.
tray of food on each of them.
We're not
Go
allowed
help.
to leave the room.
And Damasera is like, "Fine, Cletus, come give me a hand." Cletus?
Yeah, I give him a hand.
You guys all help getting all the stuff in, and first off, the food looks and smells better than anything you guys have ever seen or tasted, well, not tasted, seen or smelt in your entire life. And Trey stands up and he goes over the dishes. He's like, "Here are dragon flank steaks. These are kraken hors d'oeuvres. These are," and he just goes one after another. And every single type of meat is various creatures that are, you know them by name, and you're just like, "We're going to eat that." And it's like dragon, kraken, like there is a whole plethora of strange oddities and stuff like that. There are literally displacer cakes. Tons of food ranging from like light, like little snacks, hors d'oeuvres, like heavier pieces of meat, more, like heavier foods and stuff like that. And after he goes over all of it, he's like, "Okay." And Damasaries looks out, and he looks over at Damasaries, and Damasaries looks at all of you guys. He's like, "This cost a shit ton of fucking money, so let's dig in."
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay.
And do you guys have anything you would like to do during the party?
Actually, one thing, like while they're eating, Conrad's gonna for the meat parts of it, right? Like, because I assume this is just like buffet style. Conrad's gonna try to pocket some of it, like the meat parts.
That's
Okay.
exactly what Corin was gonna do. So he's gonna assist with that, I guess.
Okay. Are you guys gonna stealth pocket it?
Kinda, yeah. Like,
Okay.
like, kind of like, choop.
Okay, then I go ahead and roll stealth, but you're gonna need a natural 20 for this one. Okay. Immediately, Lady Cat looks over and she's like, "This is all your food, right?"
I just figured not being rude. Conrad says, continues to do it.
Why dirty your pocket? There's plates all around. And
No
she's
reason.
literally like ripping open like a chunk of meat and just digging into it.
Also, pockets give it a kind of special flavor. Pocket meat.
She shrugs her shoulders and continues to dig in.
Alright.
Anyone else?
I want to introduce Daylock to Tyriok.
"Oh, nice to meet you, sir." And Tirak kind of nods and smiles back.
If you get a chance, Daylock, you should go see Tyriok. He does wonders.
Oh, I've heard so, but I'm rather busy most of the time. Maybe someday.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's like, mostly minding to herself and not used to the whole party thing.
Payne actually, as you're sitting, eating, drinking, stuff like that, she kind of walks by at one point to like get some food, and she kind of nudges you, Nat, and kind of whispers in your ear. Only Nat hears it. Well, that out of you guys, only Nat hears it.
Huh?
That dress looks really nice. And she, smiles at you with her toothy grin, and continues over to grab some more food.
Thank you.
Payne at every opportunity is wedging herself next to you, Conrad.
Yeah, Conrad's kind of playing along. He's eating and drinking as well.
But the meal is delicious. You guys are given 20 temporary HP, which literally means nothing because by the time you guys take a short or long rest, it disappears.
Mhm.
But you guys do get that. Your whole body is filled with warmth, vigor. The food is not just delicious; it's fulfilling, but not over filling, and it's so weird. It's literally the perfect food you could ever possibly think of. Just the way it makes you feel, like you're full, but you're not like sluggish. Like it is delicious. And the ale, there's ale and wine, and the ale is this honey ale. It is very, very delicious. A little bit of spice to it, for kind of like the fall setting, and the wine is to die for. And looking around, you guys notice that this was probably really expensive. Like really expensive.
Thanks so much, Damasaries. That's real nice of you.
Oh, well, I mean, you know, I figured we could use this. And he's kind of stumbling a little bit. He's already pretty drunk. Like, at this point, probably like a good hour or so has passed. And he's pounding his drinks. Just keeps refilling his scald goblet and just...
As I'm eating and drinking, I want you to say a prayer to Cord.
Okay. You do so.
Do I want religion check or?
I mean, it's kind of a weird type of prayer. 'Cause you're in the middle of a meal eating and drinking.
True.
But you do say your prayer.
Okay.
Not every prayer is going to have a religion rule. It
Alright.
has a... Depends on a lot of stuff. But, what do you say? Just thanks for the food and all that good jazz?
Yeah.
Okay. You say your prayer and the food is delicious. Is everyone drinking?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Okay. At some point, Damasaries is going to go over to you, Corn, and be like, you're not drinking.
Sorry, I kind of got some stuff on my mind.
Okay, well, I was saving this for something special, but he kind of burps a little bit. He just looks over at Kat, like, Kat, could you send that thing that came today? And she's like, you get it. She's starting to get kind of thrashed too. He's like, ugh. And he looks over, and Trey, who has not really been drinking too much, he's like, I'll grab it. And he leaves the room. And after a few moments, he comes up with a little box. And he walks over to you, Corn, and hands it to you.
Corin takes it and looks inside of it, I guess.
First thing that you notice is the smell. This is a very familiar smell. It's permeating from the box. It's a smell that fills you with warmth and kindness and softness. This is the smell of Yulan. Do you open the box?
Yes.
Okay. Inside it, you find a kind of leathery water skin looking thing. A few flowers scattered on the top of it. Some type of fruit and a letter.
Corin reads the letter.
Okay. To Corn. When I left not too long ago, I was not quite sure, how this trip would be going, but I find myself thinking about you. Even though our time together was short, it felt very meaningful to me. And while I'm sitting here enjoying my time with my family, I couldn't help but to think about you. And I know from our talks that you missed the Feywild, so since I'm not there to comfort you, I figured these small tokens would help you through your time. And there's a imprint of a kiss signed by her next to her name.
Okay. Look at the other stuff, I guess.
The flowers you recognize are as Fey flowers. Flowers that do not grow in the mortal plane. The fruit in it, it's a type of berry that also exists in the Feywild. They are called berries. If it's a type of berry that it slowly, at the right temperature, it slowly drips juice, and like these things last a long time. And you uncork the little water skin, and it is some more Fey wine.
Corin will go to a corner and set up a little basin to catch the fruit juice in, and put the fruit inside of it.
The fruit itself, it's usually something you put in your mouth and kind of suck on it. Yeah. It's something that like it warms up in your mouth and it starts dripping the juice. You can kind of suck on it, and you can pull it out and save it for later.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Corin will do that for a second.
Okay. Just to let you know, give me an endurance check, because there is a little bit of a narcotic effect with them. The light one. Okay, you start to feel really relaxed, calm, and very merryful.
Corin does that, puts the fruit back in the box, takes some wine, and kind of retreats into a corner.
Okay. Are you drinking the wine, or?
Yep.
Okay. Anyone else doing anything?
I wanted to go introduce myself to, I still can't say her name right,
Donathus.
Donathus.
Okay. She's currently speaking with Kat and Trey, and she is sipping some wine, and she is taking some little veggies and kind of eating them. And she sees you approach, and she's like, "Yes, darling."
Hello, I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Cletus.
I'm Donathus. Pleasure to meet you. And there's a slight purr as she reaches out her hand to shake yours.
I shake her hand. The pleasure's all mine. I assume you work for the Squawking Box. Just kind of curious. What's your specialty?
Oh dear, I deal in acupuncture.
Interesting. I don't think I've ever had the chance to experience it.
You've never heard of acupuncture?
Yeah, I figured it.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a pleasure meeting you.
And I you. And she nods.
I just head back over and eat some more food.
Okay. Anyone else?
Is anyone kind of taking notice of Corin? Like from the party?
That's up to them.
That is.
Yeah, that's...
She had nothing better to do. Hey,
I mean,
hey,
I
Corin.
guess perception.
Well, yeah. Do I do perception?
I mean, just looking about, it's not like a super hard DC. You're not hidden.
It's true, he
Yeah.
isn't.
Okay. Yeah.
So I mean, you see Corn kind of sitting in the corn, sipping on some out of a water skin.
Corin is crying.
What's wrong, Corin?
That's just some memories from home came up, and I don't really remember a lot of it. Now with the puppy and everything, it's kind of, I don't know. It feels
Corn,
weird.
the more you struggle to cling on to things, not from since you left the Feywild, from before, it's blurry.
It's like I can't remember my past. It's weird.
How do you have any idea how long it's been going on? Or has it always been there?
Do I?
Trying to word this without revealing anything. Because of your lifestyle before you came to Eolis, you were always so preoccupied with getting out of that situation that you never had too many chances to just kind of relax like you have been in Elois, to just be like, and just, like think about everything. So it's hard to say.
I mean, so far, never really had.
You can remember a lot of things about the Feywild, but it's like honing in onto like precise memories and stuff like that. That's where it gets kind of fuzzy.
In the past, I've kind of been preoccupied, and now that I've settled down for the first time in a while, it's kind of not coming back to me.
So are you saying that the memories aren't coming back to him, or?
Yeah.
Well, do you want them back?
Yes.
And we got something to look into around here. She gives him a little slight nudge, just.
I guess. But thanks for talking to me.
No problem. What you got there?
Yeah, that always sucks. And you guys look over and there's Sin standing right next to you guys.
Not a fan of parties, Sin?
Oh no, I was just curious to see what was going on over here.
And
he kind of looks at you, Corin, and he just kind of he makes a very begrudgingly, just a face full of begrudgingness, and he's like, memories aren't, all that. And he just kind of waddles back over to his workstation.
Kindred spirits. Sorry, go on.
If I didn't have those memories somewhere, let's just say the time I can remember isn't too great. So I mean, it just feels weird.
You hear Sin, tell me about it. And Damasers is like, what? Nothing. There's basically 3 groups going on. The people around the table eating and drinking. Sin kind of over by his workstation. You guys in a corner.
I mean, don't tell anyone, but that's kind of one of the reasons I wanted to get, let's just say, someone to talk to. Looking at the place where the puppy is staying.
Well, you can always talk to me.
Yeah, but you actually talk back, and
He wants someone to talk to. He's not looking for an actual social human connection here.
He wants someone to talk at. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate it, but
Well, what's stopping you from talking to the puppy?
let's
stopping
just
you yesterday?
say,
What was stopping you from doing so yesterday?
let's just say he's not the kind of friendly chap I hoped him to be. I mean, he's still cute and everything, but not necessarily the talkative type.
So are you gonna go back out there and try and find another one, or?
I mean, yeah, I still got my plan with my little band experience, so I still want that to happen. But it kinda does a little something to your ego.
Really? She has a grin on her face. Hey, no matter what you do, I'm sure you'll do great.
Yeah.
How'd you do that thing with the, like, she just does, like, a little gesture, like, the lights coming from the,
Actually, Sin helped me with that. He enchanted my violin.
That came from the violin?
Yeah. Amazing, isn't it?
It so is. It's certainly... Go ahead.
Just imagine what he can do if we've got a bit more money.
It certainly got you, it certainly got you a gig.
Yeah.
But I certainly look forward to hearing the song again.
As you start just almost humming Rainbow Magician in your mind, you're like, Rainbow Magician.
It's the Rainbow Magician, Rainbow Magician.
That's the entire song. No.
Shooting rainbows through the sky, Rainbow Magician.
It's a little bit of K-pop, Elvish. I'm kidding. K-pop is Elvish.
Do you need something to drink, Corn, or are you good?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, at this point
Evil.
time, even though it's the Feywild, so you're starting to get a little tipsy.
Yep.
And Sin keeps looking over at this little kind of pitiful sight, and he kind of hobbles back over. He's like, okay, if you guys stop sitting over in this corner, I will go join the rest of the group with you guys.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, because you're all really distracting. And he just kind of starts
Oh.
hobbling over towards the table.
Distracting, huh?
Shut it, Ned. Shut it.
It's only because you changed in front of him.
Let's get this over with. And he immediately walks over, squeezes in between two people, grabs a tankard, and just starts drinking it.
Hey,
This
it's
is
Sin.
this is the first time you guys have seen Sin drink in a while, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
yeah.
about time, Nat says.
And he downs it. Like an unhealthy amount for a gnome this size.
And apparently, Cletus fits on Karn's lip.
I mean, does he?
I mean, his token's right on top of me.
I know, I'm
No.
just saying do you because Pain is sitting right next to him and she might have something to say about that.
No, I don't do that.
Yeah, she throughout this she keeps like trying to feed you stuff, Conrad.
yeah,
And
Carrot
you
goes
you
along
can-
with it. Yeah,
You can constantly feel her tail trying to caress yours.
he does so.
Which one?
The front tail. That's a different type of party. Sorry, the squawking box doesn't throw that party until the spring.
Yeah, that's the after party.
Anything else?
Well,
Drinking, enjoying food.
Okay. You guys continue to drink and drink and drink. And just when you're like, whew, I'm starting to feel really fucked up, someone, I'm not going to get into too specifics because the number of people here and the type of people they are, there's enough people that if you start to slow down or, try to stop drinking, there's basically going to be someone to try to convince you that, like, oh, come on, keep drinking. And given the people that are here, you guys are probably going to get thrashed pretty shortly into the night. Probably around like 10 to 11, you guys are drunk. Like, drunk. And tray disappears. He starts, clearing out like some of the empty trays and stuff like that. And some of you guys are a little disappointed when you see him leave. But then he comes back and you're excited again.
Yeah.
Again. And you're like, oh. And he comes back again. And you're like, yeah. And then after a little while, he does this a couple times and he comes back up and he looks around and he's like, okay, I was gonna tell this to the most sober person here, but you're all are royally fucked. And he's like, so Onyx Circle, tomorrow Captain Welton would like to speak with you.
Oh.
He knows you guys are busy, so don't worry about it, but sometime tomorrow morning, get to him.
Now you tell me, Conrad says, like really drunk.
Why didn't you tell us before the party?
I would have gotten fucked up.
Damasaries, Cat, Payne, they're all booing, like, boo! Even Tyriok is pretty fucking thrashed right now, and he's kind of like leaning up against, who's sitting closest to Tyriok?
Imagine that.
I'm not sitting. That was
I would say Daylock, since I introduced them.
Okay, it's probably Daylock. Tyriok keeps passing out on Daylock, and Daylock keeps passing out against him.
Yes.
It's pretty cute. It's pretty adorable. But eventually, Tyriok falls back out of his chair, and he's just plopped out on the ground. And everyone kind of giggles and laughs, and you guys just continue to get more and more drunk. Eventually, you guys black out.
Shit.
No, not in your bed. Please do not move your token to your bed because you have no fucking clue where you ended up.
Yeah.
But the night goes on, and just give me a second to arrange some things. Okay. He's passed out there. Conrad Cletus is there. Corn is there. Okay. You guys slowly begin to wake up. I will go down it in order. Conrad, you wake up and you are first pounding headache. Like, it is rough. You do not remember a lot of last night. Basically, where I said you guys blacked out, like from then on, you guys just don't remember anything.
Yeah.
And you feel the rise and fall of a chest. You kind of like move over a little bit. You're currently sleeping on top of Payne on the little stand by the window.
Is he dressed?
You have no shirt on.
Okay.
And you have one sock on.
That's it?
That's it. Oh, and your pants.
Okay, I was gonna say it's like he turned around to see what's going on around.
Okay. At the same moment, Nat, you begin to wake up. It's kind of warm. You are inside of the hearth. There's a lot of soot all over you, but you're safe because the fire does nothing to you. But yeah, you are currently sitting in the fire. Corn, you wake up. You are half submerged in water. You are currently laying in one of the wash basins. Cletus, you go to raise your head and you immediately hit something hard. And you feel a lot of weight above you.
What the fuck?
Conrad, you look around and you see Nat in the hearth. You see Corn in the wash basin. And you see Corn's bed shifting. And moans and groans coming from underneath.
So what does he see that's underneath?
You see a familiar hoof sticking out from under his bed. His bed is barely touching the ground. It's mostly on top of Cletus.
Yeah.
Oh, under the bed.
You're under the bed.
Okay, I thought he was on top of the bed. For
No,
sure.
you are underneath of it.
Hmm.
Oh.
I try to slide myself out.
You kind of drag the bed a little bit. You kind of have to lift up the bed, but you get yourself out. And you guys watch. Sin is passed out, butt naked, with his face in the bear rug. Tyriok is sitting next to him, and Lady Cat is nowhere to be seen. And Daylock, Donathus, and Lady Cat are all gone. And Daemosaries.
Sounds about right. Do I remember what Trey said?
You take a few moments and you do remember that he said something. And you guys look out. Anyone who's interested, you guys look out the window, and it's like afternoon.
Shit.
And it's for the first time in a while. It looks pretty clear outside. It's not like clear skies, but you don't see any rain or anything like that.
Guys, we gotta go see Walton.
When did it get so warm?
Does he want to see all of us?
Oh, fuck. Just give me a few more minutes, please.
Sin pops his head up like, "What's? Oh, I don't feel well." And he runs over past you. Cletus, you're sitting there like trying to wash up, and Sin just lifts himself up and just starts barfing in the wash basin.
Lovely.
Oh, he's like, "Here, take this." Oh, he hands you a piece of paper.
Take it.
He's like, "Read it in that."
I try to read it. Can I read it?
You read through it, and you watch as the water clears up. It actually looks cleaner than when you started washing yourself in it.
Can I keep this?
As you read it, all the writing on it disappears.
No. Damn it. Alright.
Sin.
He gave you a
it's
scroll
kinda-
of purify water.
Kind of wobbles over like this way and goes, Sin, is dog gonna be okay in that field you put in?
Yeah, it lasts for 24 hours.
Okay,
So, I mean, we got till tonight. I'm
okay,
sure
I
we
gave
can...
it. I gave it enough
Actually,
food and water
actually,
for a couple of
let me-
days.
Let me double check that, because it might actually be until it's broken.
Oh.
Well, no, he can still dispel it. It's just, I can't remember if it's something that...
Is
Yeah,
the
it's
field
still
see-through?
broken. Yes.
What's the puppy doing?
It's sleeping.
Okay. Corn will get ready and move out without talking to anyone.
Okay, where do you go?
To the forest.
Okay.
Corin, where are you going?
Okay. You make your way outside the squawking box. You fly to the gate. There are guards there now. Do you go through the gate or you just hop over the fence?
Go through the gate.
You flutter past it. Go ahead and give me a perception check and a nature check.
Yeah.
With disadvantage because you are fucking hungover like a son of a bitch.
Corn doesn't care. He's kind of thinking about last night.
Okay, let me get a D100. Okay. You go around and you see a bird flies away. You keep looking around. Spend about like 20, 30, 40 minutes and you're not really seeing anything.
Then Corn will just perch up on a tree and start playing his violin somberly.
Okay.
I guess musical performance?
Yeah.
And he'll also use his daily.
Okay. Okay. You sit and play your music.
And he'll keep doing that for a while.
Okay. The rest of you guys get ready. In the room. You guys do not see Demissaries anywhere, and Corn just left.
Yeah. Conrad's gonna get dressed and how's Pain looking?
She's slowly getting up. She gets up. She's like, I'm gonna go sleep for like a week.
Yeah. We gotta go see Welton, so
Sucks
catch you
to
later.
be you. And
I
she giggles
know.
as she passes you, slaps your ass with her tail, and like there's a blanket that you guys were kind of in, and she's just kind of wrapped up in it, and she's just hobbling over to the door, and she starts heading upstairs.
Nat pops out of the hearth.
Duh. Conrad's just like, walking around like the Walking Dead, just like, getting his clothes on and stuff, and like, just.
Yeah, they're kind of scattered around. You're not quite sure what transpired, but
Yeah.
like one boot's over here, one sock's over here, your shirt's like on the chandelier.
If Cletus doesn't have his clothes on, he puts his clothes on and
No,
says, "I'm gonna head downstairs."
You're fully
That's what he
clothed.
does.
For most of you guys are fully clothed. Yeah. As soon as you get downstairs, Cletus, you notice Demissaries curl up on the floor next to a bar stool.
I attempt to wake him up.
Oh God, my head.
I know. But we have to go
Who
see.
hit me with the? Wait, what?
We have to go see Welton.
Fuck. Let me go piss real quick.
Hurry up.
And he stumbles upstairs. Nat, Conrad,
Yeah.
you guys finish getting ready, washing up, gathering your clothes. And you guys make your way down to the bar, I assume?
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys all meet up, and there's no Corn. Sin is with you, and Daylock. Daylock comes down after you guys are just like all arrived together, and he's looking pretty rough too.
You guys ready?
Daylock is like, where are we going with Corn?
No.
Okay, then I guess we just head out.
Yeah.
Do you remember that we had a party yesterday?
Party. Woo.
I just remember waking up on top of Pain. Conrad just says as he walks away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Daylock.
you did.
Daylock leans over to you, Conrad, and he's like, I don't remember what happened last night.
Neither do I. Conrad chuckles.
And he's like, oh.
Where'd you
Looks
wake
a little-
up, Daylock? We didn't see you.
I woke up in my bed.
That's good.
Well, I guess it could be different. You could be You could have been waking up in someone else's bed.
This is true.
Or under someone's bed.
He just kind of raises an eyebrow at you, Cletus. Yeah, I guess.
I was
But-
not.
Go ahead, Nat.
Nat says I was not. I was not emotionally ready for that. Whatever that was.
Yeah. You guys. You get the sense like you guys had some fun. It's just part of that fun is just locked away in your memory a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's little flashes and stuff like that. And as you guys leave the squawking box, Cletus, you swear to God you saw Conrad dancing on your guys' table.
Conrad, I think you danced on our table last night.
Did I?
I think. I'm not sure, but I think.
Yeah, you can't really remember that, Conrad. But as you're thinking about it, you're like, Nat try to make friends with the fire?
Yeah, Nat, you were trying to speak to the fire and make friends with it.
Well, that makes sense.
It's probably the best thing of the party, I suppose. She just minds her business.
And Nat, you just remember seeing a whole bunch of lizards and Cletus running across the room for something.
Wait, why was Cleus running from a bunch of lizards?
What happened?
We had lizards there?
I think.
No, lizards are bad. Sin, you make more lizards appear.
It does that face a little bit, like, just don't talk to me right now.
Alright.
just I can't talk.
Weakling!
He has the lowest endurance of the party, of course.
Weakling!
But you guys slowly, make your way over, and it is slow getting over there.
Yeah.
And little bits of memories start coming back, but like little bits, like remember like the whole group like arm in arm, like swaying back and forth, singing like some dwarvish song. Pretty sure you guys played like a form of limbo at one point. Corin was dressing up as different things, and you can't really remember what it was. And like every time you try to go grab for a memory, it's like it slips away, and it's rough. But yeah, and it's super hungover. But you guys make your way over there, to the guard house. And you see the two guards standing out in front.
Mm-hmm. Is Welton and Conrad says like very like dead faced like.
You recognize one of them, Conrad, as Cassandra.
Uh.
And she kind of giggles. She's like, "You all look terrible." Yeah, he's upstairs. He's been waiting for you for the last few hours.
Yeah, blame that one. I point to Demissaries.
They told us halfway into the party that we had to meet in the morning, and then after that, I don't know. Conrad says.
Well, apparently he got word, so he's not too worried.
Okay.
They gesture at the door like, but he's upstairs.
Yeah, we're upstairs.
Okay. You guys begrudgingly like go into the building, and as you guys are going up the stairs, Sin's like, "Demissaries, you're never planning a party for us ever again." And you guys go up the stairs, and you see the door open to the Captain Welton's office.
I knock on the door frame. "Hello, Captain Welton."
He's like, "Oh, come in."
Don't knock so loud. Conrad enters.
You guys are struggling to like just find purchase. He's like, "Wow, you all look. Wow.
Sorry for our tardiness.
It looks like you needed the time."
Yeah.
Well, luckily, it's not a super urgent matter.
That's good.
Okay. Yeah, basically, I'll keep it simple since it seems like some of you are struggling just to hear right now.
Yeah, well, Conrad just tries to swallow some stuff that's coming up his throat.
Well, I just need you guys to assist, and he gestures over to the corner of his office, and the way the door opens, to the left of it, it's kind of hard to see around it, and you guys went directly towards his office, or to his desk. But you guys see a cloaked figure kind of hooded up, just sitting in a chair behind the door. You need to escort this cleric out to the site that you guys had discovered not too long ago. They will be there to examine the area. And you guys will be basically there to protect them. Should be a very simple task. They're just going there to see what they can find about the area.
You mean from the undead mission, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Sounds good.
Sin gave some drawings to you. Did you have her take a look at it?
Yes. We've already gone through that work. We're mostly worried about the rest of the ruins.
Gotcha.
And more of the magical and kind of divine aspects that might be related to it.
Can do.
And if you would, this is Roia.
Hello, wait, I don't know. Hello, R.
R, is that what you say?
Hi.
I don't say that.
Hello.
You watch as this figure stands up. Kind of not like quick and like excited or anything like that. It's kind of like a very slow progression. And Yes. Why don't you describe what they see?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah,
What?
you essentially see a like kind of short person, kind of hiding their face. Relatively shy, she's kind of shaking at the moment. Not
Yeah.
quite sure.
She's clutching a book kind of close to her chest. But you do notice that there is a very dark complexion about the skin that you do see.
Okay, Conrad, actually, no, you probably wouldn't care.
Yes, and for you, you see a very hurting, very hurting looking group of people. I already described to you what they look like, but they look like they're all grabbing various parts of their body, rubbing their temples. It looks like a few of them are struggling not to puke. Their eyes are barely open, and you were told moments before that, or a few hours before that, these would be the people that would be protecting you as you made your way to the forest.
Yeah, she's just gonna look concerned. I'm like, are you guys okay?
We'll be fine. We just had a little bit of a party last night, and we didn't know we were doing this today.
Huh.
Yeah.
Is this normal?
No.
No, this. This is a weird thing.
And you hear speaking up from behind you guys now, since you are facing this person. You hear Captain Wilton speak up. Kind of speaking over the party, like, Ruria, they have proven themselves plenty of times in the past, and I'm sure they will feel better very shortly.
Yes, we will, Captain Wilton.
Need some black coffee and something. Just black coffee, actually. I'll just have that.
Okay. Well, you get an open road today. That should help clear your mind.
He kind of sobs slightly.
Since this is a rather simple matter, you guys will be able to. I have approved payment for 1,000 gold for this, for you to escort her over there. You are to basically stay there with her while she researches and looks into the ruins, and then just escort her back and reveal any findings that you guys are able to obtain to us.
Are we going to be able to do this today with the Thar still kind of going on?
Yes. We've actually used a little bit of divination to see that the Thar has ended.
Awesome. Okay. Are you guys ready to go then?
I still gotta do some shopping, actually.
Damasarius just gives a thumbs up.
How long are you gonna need, Conrad?
I just need to stop at Walmart real quick to get more rations.
Okay.
Sin's like, it's already kind of afternoon. I want to at least get over there before the sun goes down. I can take care of the food. Just thinking about food is like.
Okay. Yeah. By the way, Wilton, the crocodile head just kind of points at him without really
yes.
looking.
Sorry, I almost forgot about that. Sorry, but the sight you guys have brought me this morning is very distracting, to say the least.
Sorry.
As he kind of smiles and chuckles. And he goes ahead and he reaches into his desk and he pulls out a little coin purse and he tosses it in the air at you, Conrad. Go ahead and give me just a dex check.
Yeah, one sec.
With hangover disadvantage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. It kind of bounces in your hand a little bit, but you're able to like grip it, and you're like, ooh. Man, it is 20 gold for the heads.
The guy will give it to Cletus. Okay, you divide it up. I don't want to count.
Cletus, you don't want to divide it up right now.
I'll just pocket it right now.
Yeah. Sketch, get off my head.
Who's
Okay.
Sketch?
Yeah. Sorry. Real world stuff. Okay. So you guys are standing in Welton's office. Most of you hungover and hurting.
Maria is very confused and perplexed by the sight she has seen. She has no idea.
Okay.
So
And
are you ready to go?
are you keeping your hood up?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys can't really make out too many details from the voice, the figure, and stuff like that. You can tell it's female. And the little bit of skin that's showing, it's a very dark complexion. Not like tan, or more blackened, like kind of subtle purplish and blue color, but it's very dark.
So are you ready to go then? Roylia, was it?
Maria. Yeah, I'm ready when you guys are sorted.
Okay.
Yeah. Or just motions to the door.
Cletus goes to his earring. Hey, Corin, meet us by the gate.
Oh god, no, not too loud. That's like inside of our head, man. Come on.
Ah! That's like, ah!
You watch as most of the party like agonizes in pain as the Minotaur reaches up to his ear, grabs like a onyx little loop, and he begins talking in it, and the whole party goes like, oh!
I'm just gonna look at Welton all confused.
And he's like giving you like, he raises his hand like an assurance, like, it's okay. He like mouths, it's okay. They're good.
Right.
Hey, Corin, meet us at the gate, headed towards where we beat the undead Minotaur.
And Demosaries leans over to you, Cletus, and he's like, thank you.
No problem.
Okay, enough with the earring.
Let's go.
Okay, you guys start humbling out, or shuffling, doing your zombie walk out of Welton's. See, now I'm doing the reverse. Welton's office.
Yes, we do.
Okay. You guys begin to stumble your way outside of the guard station.
Yeah, it just flops out a wave. Just,
Hi, Welton.
He nods towards you guys. You can tell that you guys are not in a very social behavior, or socials, kind of mood. But you guys exit the guard station, and you guys are standing out in front, and you guys have Latest in the World in front of you.
Just start heading towards the gate.
Guys, Gavin like kind of pulls over Nat and like the rest. He kind of like actually kind of puts like
Demosaries gets close. He's like, Onyx Circle Huddle.
Yes.
And Demosaries, you see the very large human man look at you, Maria. He's like, sorry, this is for us. And he leans back into like the huddle.
Yeah. What are we gonna do about the Hellhound in our room?
No?
I mean, leave it there or take it with us.
Huh?
Leave it there or take it with us.
I mean, if we leave it there, it's like Feldon will more than likely kill it because it's gonna be, in the room by itself.
Sin raises his finger. He has to get past my barrier first.
Yeah, but like, will that last the whole week we're gone or whatever?
Either.
I mean, it'll last a while.
Unless
I mean,
you want to.
Unless we're going to the forest and back, that's it.
That says, unless you want to get a babysitter or bring him with us.
I was more worried like if he'll have enough food. I gave it like 3 days worth of food, but I'm not sure if that'll last.
That should be fine. If not, Corin can stay here. It's his pet.
Alright.
Well, that's Corin what he wants to do.
I guess a nature check to see if it'll last okay.
Daylock is actually going to speak up. He's like, well, I mean, if you guys are worried about it that much, it's maybe an evil creature, but I can't see you guys be worried about this. Do you guys want me to stay with it?
I mean, you're kind of scared of it. Are you okay with that?
I mean, it's in the magic circle, isn't it? All I have to do is throw food at it, like, if it runs out, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
But
Like if that
food-
works, then.
Food can't get through it, right? Sin?
Oh no, living things like
Oh, okay.
entities.
I guess if you want to do that, Daylock.
Thank you, Daylock.
Yeah,
Oops, I'm
thanks,
on the
Daylock.
nose again.
Oh, just no, not now. Sorry, no, not now. Kind of wipes away at his nose. And Daemon Ares is like still kind of in like this semi-huddle. Even if you guys aren't doing a huddle, he's still in the huddle pose.
Yeah, no, Conrad's in the huddle pose.
Okay, and he's like, and break.
Sounds good. All right, sure. Yeah, good.
To the gate.
To the gate.
Okay, Daylock nods towards you guys and starts slowly hobbling back towards the squawking box.
You're a sweetheart, Daylock. Walks away.
You guys make your way towards the gate.
Mm-hmm.
Corn, do they find you there?
Yeah, if nothing happened after he started playing music, then he'll be there.
A couple birds flew by, but that was about it.
Okay.
You get the sense that given the harsh weather just ending, the type of creature that you want, you'd probably either find it in the bigger set of woods that you guys are heading to. Okay, we got a really bad echo.
She fixed it, I think.
Chicken nuggets? Okay, there we go.
Chicken nugget.
Okay. Or like just waiting. You get the sense. I mean, you're really big in nature, so you probably sense that maybe give it a couple days, for it to get settled back into like just regular fall weather, and it might improve your chances.
Okay. Then he'll just, during the travel, keep a lookout.
Okay. So do you go to the gate?
Yep.
Okay. You guys see Corn, there.
Corin, this is Ruya. I'm gonna mess it up the first few times.
Hello.
We are to escort her to where we defeated the undead Minotaur. We're leaving now. Daylock is taking care of the puppy.
Hello.
Yeah, sure, I'm Corin, yada yada. Let's go on.
I was gonna say, I was trying to say before about mic issues. Can I do a check to see whether I actually heard anything that happened in the huddle?
Yes.
Cool. Perception check, I
Yes.
imagine.
Yeah, you heard every single word. They're pretty loud. They're drunk. Even in their whisper, it's kind of a loud whisper because they're kind of lacking control.
I don't even think we said we whispered too.
I don't. Yeah, and they weren't really whispering. It was like it's a group of drunk people trying to be quiet because they're hungover, not trying to be quiet because they're stealthy. So yeah, you heard everything they said.
She's just very confused.
It's a very confusing situation. Okay, so what do you guys do?
Head out.
Just head out.
Head out.
Okay.
Head
You guys-
move out. Head move out.
Yeah. Corn, I take it that you probably don't want to flutter right now, so you probably perched on Conrad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you could probably take a nap.
No, he's keeping a lookout.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Sure thing.
Okay. I mean, you see a few animals way off in the distance, but you get the sense that the distance where they're at, by the time you got there, they might not be there. Mostly birds, though.
Yeah, he's just really absent-minded.
Okay. Okay, you guys start making your way over towards the woods. And it is rough. It's pretty chilly out today. But you guys are hungover, so you really don't care. And you guys slowly start making your way over to the forests. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Woo!
Woo!
Actually, can I retroactively do something as well?
Depends.
Remember how I snuck some in my pockets from the night over. Can I just say
Okay.
that I give that to Daylock as well?
I assumed you gave it to the dog before you left.
Oh, probably both of them, yeah. I was saying like from the day over, yeah. Alright, yeah, sure.
Okay. And you get the sense he has access to food there.
Gotcha.
Not in the middle of the wilderness with no food. He's at the Squaku box.
Alright, let me make sure I got that off my inventory.
Okay.
Come back. Squawking box has been burned down.
Burnt out. 20-foot hellhound is like raising the town. Go ahead and end the stream, Net.